Guy. Yeah, bitch, I'm outside. La Ferrari popping on a 40 with the 5. 1 ticket, 2 ticket, 3 ticket, 4 million. Put that little Maybach truck in the garage. Little bunny hop out. You see me at the pop out. Pandemonium screaming like they brought Pac out. Stop it with the chit chat. We airing out the kickback.
Happy Sunday, chat. How's it going? How we doing? I moved my mic so it's a little different.
Suspect, baby, I don't play victim. I bought that nigga building just to eat victim. What that Coachella paid like it was 8 figures. Why I don't fuck
Lesbian
with them guys,
night.
cause I hate niggas.
True.
Oh my God, I'm
How's everyone
really
doing tonight?
that guy.
Come on.
I got my Chuck Taylors on, but they look like
We're
loafers.
vibing.
I'm sitting with you niggas, fuck, I look like Oprah. Rather put them in the ground, you niggas look like gophers.
Got the Sunday
Doors for my
woozies?
niggas,
What does that
bitch, I
even
look
mean?
like chauffeur.
Lyle the Lemon Boy. Thank you for the 6 months. Rumors Coffee. Thank you for the 3 months. It's Turpin. Thank you for the 3 months. Kanye, thank you for the 5 months. Berry Bear 21. Thank you for the gifted sub. Meow the Stream, thank you for the 8 months. Sagittarius, thank you for the Prime as well. My post-op appointment is tomorrow. Congratulations on the operation, whatever it was. Dick Mommy 420, thank you for the 8 months. Bowser's Trousers, thank you for the 6 months.
Your latest video was really good. I can't believe you've never heard of Bashar before. I'm going to put your stream on in the background while I work from home.
Thank you, Crip King
Hope
02.
that's a lot of booty guess they'll never know.
For the 8 months, and thanks for the kind words on the video. Yeah, new video out, exclamation point video if you haven't seen it already. Holy shit, Berry Bear. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. My drunk friend saw that tomorrow is scheduled Epiphany on her calendar and got scared. That's awesome. Did she write that? 8th grade Malgoth 666, thank you for the 6 months. 6 months ago, P taught me how to use a Prime sub. Yeah, you can sign in on your Amazon Prime if you have one, or someone you know who doesn't use Twitch, like your dad. You can sign in with your dad's Amazon Prime on Twitch. Use it so you don't have to see the ads for a whole month. It's free. Thank you again, Berry Bear, for the 5 gifted. Holy shit. I think I caught up. Thanks to the folks who subscribed before I came
6
on.
months ago, P taught me how to use la prima
Gives
sub.
me something to read as soon as I get on here. It's an Eastern Orthodox Christian celebration. She's Muslim and didn't know about it. Oh. Does it make your Twitch your dad's name? No, it's just the account with Amazon Prime. It doesn't actually connect to the account info. Maryland's getting so much snow tonight and tomorrow. We barely got any. I think it snowed last night. And then it melted by the time I woke up. And I didn't get to see it. It was really cold, though. I'm signing in with my stepdad's account because he's going to prison. Well, he won't need his Twitch Prime, baby. He can't watch Twitch in jail. You're not in LA? No, I moved. I moved
7
to
months on
Tennessee.
my mother's Prime and my sister love your videos.
Tough Boy 9, thank you for the 7 months. On my mother's Prime, my sister loves your videos. You're just getting the whole family involved. That's how you really become a true pisser. Guys, I had to check that I was still subscribed. YouTube never suggests your videos. Yeah, you have to turn on the notification bell. Notification bill. You have to meet with him, and he shows you the YouTube videos that he thinks you'll like. I may or may not be on there. I don't know. My YouTube has her vids completely wiped from my recommended. That's cool. Thanks, YouTube. Very cool. Notification bill of rights. That's right. I like that. Is Bill Maher? Yeah. Dude, okay. 5 days, chat. T-minus 5 days until Bill Maher's new comedy special drops. Let me pull up the trailer. It's gonna be
I Miss
great.
Smiko and my favorite movie She-Hulk.
I think it's gonna be the perfect intersection of the Ellen comedy special, the Roseanne comedy special, and the Joe Rogan comedy special. It's gonna take elements from all of them perfectly and just fuse it together. This is my January 6th, I think. Even though it comes out on the 10th. It's going to be terrible? Yeah, it's going to be really bad. And the funniest part is, you could tell by the title. It's called Is Anyone Else Seeing This? Which is probably the most Bill Maher title you could imagine. You couldn't write something more Bill Maher than that. Is anyone else seeing this? Will we watch it on stream? I don't know, because it is an HBO special, so I'll probably get copyrighted. It's making a video. I'll probably have to edit the footage. I can run some tests, see if I can't get away with some crap. Just an excuse to use the green screen. I'll just dance around in front of the footage. Can't copyright this, Bill. Gangnam Style on him. I mean, it would work, I think. I might have to play the music under the... Well, I couldn't play Gangnam Style. That would get copyrighted. It would work, is all I'm saying. Bill Maher, my first day back. This is heaven. Welcome back. Here's please tell me. Oh, my screen. Hang on. Transform. There we go. Please tell me what the deal is with young people. I love when Eden's laugh goes full Joker mode. Yeah, I have a very like Joker-esque hyena laugh when I get really when I get tickled by something. Brian Bill me.
Celebrate progress tonight. America still makes a lot of progress. I mean, take something like pot. I know I will.
Oh my god. He's the perfect liberal. Barry Bear, thank you for another 5 gifted. Holy shit, thank you so much for that. Fractured Firestorm, thank you for the prime as well. Thank you guys. Oh, I don't even have the piss meter up on here. There it is. Damn, we're already halfway through the piss meter. By the way, chat, just for some housekeeping, I got distracted by Bill Maher. We raised on the last stream. I meant to stream since I haven't streamed all year. Guys, come on, guys. Enjoy Billy World. Billy Maher? Anyway, you're distracting me. New Year's stream, we raised $5,100 for the PCRF. Awesome. Really proud of this community, genuinely. Thank you for everyone who participated. I wish I could have gone the full 24 hours. I do owe a real 24-hour stream this month. We're doing it. I'm going to plan something fun to do. I was thinking 24 hours of Skyrim, but that might be too much. I definitely want to incorporate Skyrim, and I got a driving wheel, so maybe we could do some driving. 24 hours of driving. I thought Bill Maher died in the Civil War. Yeah, he's old enough. Will you play pools during the 24-hour stream? I don't know about during the 24-hour stream, but I will at some point. 24 hours of 90 day. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. I also do want to do some more charity streams. It was really fun. It felt great. It was a real fun stream, and it was a cool way to end out a shitty year. And I just wanted to say thank you guys, genuinely. Thank you for participating and for sharing the stream and for donating. And even if you were just here watching, even if you donated $1, whatever it was really cool that everyone came together to help that much. So thank you. Pee in pools. Yeah, it's going to happen. It is going to happen. I'm going to pee out of fear. I just wanted to mention that before we got too into the cringe. Wish I could have attended, but good job, guys. Yeah, a lot of people I wish I could have done a better job promoting it, but I got into a car accident right before Christmas, and then there were the holidays, and I was still working on like content and stuff and trying to post, and then it was something that I pulled together last minute, and wasn't like I had the idea like a few days before we did it. So you peed in the pool, yeah. Car accident, yeah. I got into a car crash right before Christmas, and my car is totaled. So how are your ribs feeling? Actually, better. Actually, I woke up in a lot of pain this morning, but not as much as I've been in. And I'm better now. But yeah, I just got yanked by the seatbelt and got some bruised ribs. That was the most that happened. Everyone's fine. My car's fucked. But yeah, the stream came after all that, and it was just a hectic time in general. So I wish I did a better job promoting the stream, all that to say, and promoting the charity event. But I put it in the coming out video. I thought that was, I wanted a lot of people to see it, so I thought that was the right thing to do. And then Lex made that really fun poster. I really wanted to have something like visual to show people, and I thought it was nice. I thought it ended up great. The charity stream went great. So thank you again. Let's get eaten a car stream. Yeah. Are we wearing the same color shirt today? Maybe. This is just navy, but it's a George W. Bush 2004 campaign shirt. W George W. Bush. To be able to watch Bill Maher special on a live stream, you can use the horse running sensor from the Kesha ghost hunting video. Yeah. Did that work? I don't remember. I don't think it did. I think it still got copyrighted. I'm like 90% sure it didn't work. Let me double check, because that video did really bad, but I can't remember if it was just because it was such a specific topic, and the title and thumbnail were a little iffy. I don't even know. I think it's just called Kesha Hunts Ghosts. Yeah. No, it worked. It did work. No, I was wrong. No, it didn't get copyrighted. Badass. Okay. Thank you, Valorant, for the gifted subs. Valorant didn't add any gifted subs. They're done. It was just for December. Hope you're feeling better. I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love when they hunted a ghost with the power of Connect. Yeah, they do that on fucking Ghost Adventures too. I didn't know that. Ghost Adventures could have its own entire video, because it is like the most. I'm sure there's some commentary channels definitely done a Ghost Adventures video, but I could also do it. Something about Zach Baggins is so fascinating to me.
10 months Bob Biden Cap. What's the plan for today?
I mean, A, Zach Baggins is the name of a hobbit from The Lord of the Rings. And B, he sounds like he's falling asleep doing the voiceover for every episode. I'm Zach Baggins, and we went to the hauntedest house in Mississippi. I love Ghost Adventures. It's basically a parody show. Like, you couldn't write a funnier show than Ghost Adventures already is. It's like insane what it's become. It's not the same as it used to be. Like, the original Ghost Adventures, they were actually trying to do like serious quote unquote investigations. There's still staged stuff, but they were going to like real haunted locations. But they've been doing it. There's like 50 seasons. How many seasons of Ghost Adventures? There's like 14, right? There's too many seasons. And they're just like phoning it in at this point. Sorry, we haven't even gotten to Bill Maher, and I'm already getting distracted. 26. They are on their 26th season of Ghost Adventures. I remember when The Simpsons was on season 26 and people were like, it's going on too long. We gotta end it. And then now it's on like 36. Anyway, Ghost Adventures could be the new Gordon. True. I don't know how protective they are with the copyright. I might just have to do the horse thing again. Billy World. I'm begging to know, what do you think about clowns? It depends. Clowns are a spectrum, man. You can't just ask me that. Shadowhawk308, thank you for the tier 1. Yeah, I think Ghost Adventures is a good fun video. I don't know if it would get a lot of motion or whatever, but I feel like Ghost Adventures is just like, I don't know, if there's anyone who's like done like a really popular Ghost Adventures video that I just haven't seen or something, but maybe I won't do it, but I feel like that's insane. That it's just so goofy. And like I feel like no one talks about this. It's like if Scary Movie had a fucking long running franchise TV show that was just taken seriously. 8 Cubed Causes Chaos. Thank you for the 10 months, by the way. What's the plan for today? I don't have a great plan. We were about to watch the Bill Maher trailer because he's about to drop a new comedy special, so that's a video. I was talking about how I want to make a Ghost Adventures video. I wrote down a lot of ideas. The Daily Wire. Oh God, the Daily Wire drama right before the end of the year. So much shit happened. I couldn't keep up. Brett Cooper has been replaced at the Daily Wire. They fucking took her out. Andy did a good Ghost Adventures video. Oh yeah. That's what it was. Barry, another 5. What the fuck? Thank you so much. No, wait, 10, dude. 10. Barry juicing, oiling. Thank you so much. Yeah, Butt Pooper's fucking dead, dude. They took her to the big fucking the big right-wing propaganda website in the sky. You can't even look her up anymore. You just have to look up the comments section. Yeah, look. Jay-Z accused and a special message from Brett. This is 3 weeks ago. What an insane title. We filled the piss meter, by the way. We fully pissed. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Especially to Barry Bear. But thank you to everyone else also who subscribed. Thank you. We pissed. Piss complete. New girl looks like Hawk Tuah girl. Yeah, she came from the same factory. That's just what every white woman in Nashville looks like. Her age, anyway. Oh no, the views are so bad. No! The comment section with it's Reagan Reagan Conrad. My favorite. Dude, that's so bad. How to unlock childhood memories on Google Maps. What the fuck? She slept with 100 men in one day. Ugh. Damn, dude, her fucking... So they peppered in Reagan Conrad a little bit. See, here's an old one. Around the same amount of views, though. 172K. That's really bad. Because Brett Cooper was pulling... A good Brett Cooper video will get like 2 to 5 million views. Look, today's kids are shockingly out of control. Million. Leftists are sterilizing themselves. Jesus Christ. 500,000. Oh, there's a storm, chat. You might hear it, but I hope my internet doesn't cut out. How do they find a lady more white than Brett Cooper? Aryan. They went with the blonde, even though she's not naturally blonde. She's not Aryan, but you know what I mean. She's just like Fox News bimbo archetype. Looks like every other right-wing commentator that's a woman. And dude, they're killing the channel. That's so funny. She was such a loyal soldier, and they replaced her with someone they can pay probably a fraction of what she was contractually obligated to make. Yeah, Maha video. Can he actually save our sick society? So they were trying out. This was the producer of the Daily Wire, or of the comments section, and they were testing her out to not very much success. Brett Cooper was still definitely bringing in way more views, but I think it's just as simple as Brett Cooper she gassed this channel up. Like they had this artificial momentum for her, but she carried it. I'm not saying that she didn't participate in that with her, charm, I guess. She was a talent of her own, she's not very talented, because I don't think she's going anywhere after this. This is a symbiotic relationship. The comment section and Brett Cooper need each other, and without the other, it doesn't happen. Doesn't exist. So the comment section with Reagan Conrad is already dying. It's already failing. The dark fandom of Luigi Mangione. Oh my god. Butt pooper shat her last shit. She butted her last poop.
Here's the key. It doesn't result in something good. New CEO comes in.
Oh, she's so much worse. She has so much less camera charisma than Brett did. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Everything stays the same. You've done nothing to help the people that are struggling that you so think that you're helping. And that's what I hate about, like, they made him this martyr.
Yeah, Luigi should have been a doctor. Is that your point? Help people. Come on.
Like, oh, he did nothing for you. He lived the life that he could go on to be a president. I mean, he could go on to do anything.
Oh, he should have just ran for office. I see. Fucking silly me, dude. She's got the camera charisma of Girl Defined. Yeah, dude, they took one of the Girl Defined girls and put her on fucking comment section. That's so funny.
Especially with this kind of track record. And now he's going to rot in prison, and he's probably this brilliant man who could have actually affected change. Okay.
You're right. Free him, actually. I agree. Blue3742, thank you for the 4 months. I'm doing all right. Thank you. She has the exact same keyboard as me. They replaced all of Brett's stuff in the background too. They went to the fucking thrift store and bought a bunch of new random junk. She reminds me of Morgan Adams. God, I don't understand. Oh my god, the 20k dislikes almost. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. Oh, they're mad. Oh, they're so mad.
It is about time that we cover the story of the United...
Justice for Brett Cooper. You know what? I will hire Brett Cooper, but she has to use my talking points that I write for her. This is an active call. I need some kind of like Dexterdo puppet on Twitter. I need someone to make like Pisterdo, so they could buy a blue check and then clip me on stream and then post it like I'm a big streamer. Eden Online officially offers to hire Butt Pooper full time, anchor position, covering the news that I write for her. You have to say everything that I say, but I will hire you, Brett Cooper. Pisterdo. Do we know why she was replaced? I genuinely think it's cost cutting. I think it's as simple as that. I think Brett Cooper is too loyal. I think she's too contractually obligated to resist anything that the Daily Wire wanted to do. I think they could have done anything with this show and with this channel and with her position. But the problem is, I think she was unhappy with how much they were going to offer her compensation-wise. She has no principles. She doesn't care about anything. She is not ideologically motivated. She doesn't even have a platform of her own to go to. That's why I'm offering her a job. She needs it. So I literally think, think about it. If you are Jeremy Boring and you got this young actress on and she's basically built this channel with her commentary, her horrid, disgusting, rancid, fascist, homophobic, transphobic, violent commentary, and she's gotten very far and made you a lot of money. She suddenly maybe asks for a little more because of how popular her show is, or even you want to cut costs. Your fucking stupid King Arthur live action TV series you're trying to make for Daily Wire Plus, that's real, is costing you too much money. So Brett Cooper, you got to take a pay cut. And if she gets upset about that, you're gone. I'm hiring your producer, who was already paid dog shit. Now she gets a 5% raise on the dog shit she was probably making. She's happy. Brett's gone. Win-win. You use the money for the King Arthur show that you're making in Europe. That's real. He's filming like on location. It's probably wasting a ton of money. Like that's what else is the Daily Wire doing? They don't have any other like long-running projects. Mr. Bertram was a complete fucking failure. Like what? So yeah, I think that's all it is. Brett Cooper, is replaceable to a propaganda machine. And she was replaced. Did they finish the horrible Snow White movie? No, that's canceled, unfortunately. I don't think they're going to say anything about it. I think they're just going to quietly act like it never existed. But, do you play Balatro? All the hot girls play it? No. Wait, what is this? Oh, yeah. Lex showed me this last night.
Look how she chick. Oh, she's trying to run.
Like Jesus on the cross.
Oh, she gone.
Dumbass. He probably got the wind knocked out of him, honestly. That's crazy, dude. What was he trying to do? He said, I got this. Barry Bear, thank you for another gifted sub. Total of 322. Holy shit. Thank you. I don't know what the move is here. You are not Grand Theft Auto. The guy covering the fucking actual impact, though. That's so funny. I don't know if you pass out from it, though. Oh, yeah, he's awake at the end, but he might have gotten knocked out for sure. He could have hit his head. I can't tell because this guy's standing in the way.
Oh, she gone.
That's so funny. Bro thinks he's a football hero. True. The car had a little bit of fentanyl on it. Yeah, he saw fentanyl in the passenger seat. Oh, no! His greatest weakness. How dare you make fun of him? He only fell over like one of those funny farm animals. Like the goat. Those goats that you can scare and they get paralyzed stiff. That's kind of what happened. If so, he'd had run in the opposite direction and called the canines, yeah. Everyone running in to take pics is so funny. Wouldn't you? Imagine having the chance to have an original picture of that. For evidentiary purposes, for the purposes of respect. So I can look at it and cry and say, never forget. And give it to the police so they can collect evidence. And arrest that woman and put her in prison forever. That's why I would be taking pictures. For legal reasons. Did you see they found the real Adrian Dittman? Yeah. My tweet blew up literally as I was like trying to figure out what happened, and I wasn't trying to be like serious. But yeah. They found a picture of the real guy apparently. It's still like, I don't know. What's weird to me is that Elon is personally subscribed to Adrian Dittman, meaning that he pays Adrian Dittman money to look at his like private subscription feed, which is insane to me. And it shows that like he's aware of him for sure. He thinks it's funny probably. He must, right? He must. But I think he was subscribed to him before all this. Elon's talked to him directly. I know they were on a call together, but I don't know. If I was Elon Musk, I would be like, yeah, that's not me. I would like be a little more clear about it because that guy's also a huge weirdo. But also Elon's a weirdo, so. He confessed it was him. I think he was memeing. But I can't tell because he's old. He's really old. Wait, where is it? Elon, his Twitter. Why did Lex Friedman interview Volodymyr Zelensky? What a pointless waste of time. Lex Friedman interviewing anybody, I think, is a pointless waste of time. I'll be honest. God, this guy tweets too much. I don't care anymore. Even if he admitted he was Adrian Dittman, I don't know if I believe him. Because I think he's joking. Or like playing into the meme somehow. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's like when a brand starts doing the meme too. I am Adrian Dittman. It's time to wear new. That's my Elon impression. Doge designer? Bro thinks he's on the team. What? Where are you going live so late? I woke up late. I was really tired today. That's why. Oh, I had to upload a second channel video, but it got copyrighted, so I had to dispute it. So I have to wait a couple days before I can post it. That's a little annoying. The thing about Diddleman is that he gets kind of offended when folks ask if he's Elon. I feel like someone that big of a fan of Elon wouldn't be so defensive. Yeah, it's weird that he's defensive and yet won't post face and like prove it. He's like he has like, I think it's just because he's like a desperate guy and like a troll and just wants to keep the whole thing going, because if he posts face, it's over. If he posts face, not only is he probably like really weird looking, but he can't be like, why would anyone care about him anymore? He already only gets like 200 likes on a tweet or whatever, 600 likes. It's not like he's some like crazy popular person, but even still, like, he only is known by people because of this, and he's going to lose all of his popularity if he reveals that it's not actually him. But I don't know. It's crazy how Elon is literally the most annoying person on earth. For him to be that annoying and to be so famous is rarer than winning the lottery. No, it's not that he's famous. It's just that he's rich. He's only famous because he's rich. If Elon was poor, no one would ever care about him and he wouldn't do anything. He's not a particularly intelligent person. We know this. He's not like innovative or like unique at all. He's just like a old boomer Redditor 4chan guy. Let's do a crypto scam to Elon. True. Wonder how Grimes is doing. She's on her whole entire shit. She was like, being Christian is the only way I could stop smoking. And it's like, all right, man, cool. You're also insane. Holy shit. I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. This is the new comment section. They killed Brett Cooper. This is who she was replaced with, and I'm not joking. She's gone.
Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He was murdered on December 4th, walking into a hotel in downtown New York City.
Yeah, real hypocritical for Reagan Conrad to be so against murder when fucking Matt Walsh took Brett Cooper out back like Old Yeller and put her down. Sorry.
In broad daylight. Security footage of this.
Oh yeah, Grimes is currently begging Elon posters on Twitter to stop posting pictures of X, her child. Yeah, XAE Tentacion. Sorry. I can't remember the child's name. It's fucked up that you call him X for short. I can only think of Triple X Tentacion. XAE Tentacion. X-A12. Whatever, dude. You think I'm not going to keep saying the thing I said? X-Acto knife. Yeah, it's fucked up, but Elon's not going to stop using that little baby as a human shield. What are you going to do? Kill him while he's got his stupid baby on his shoulders? Not going to happen. or at least significantly less chance of it happening. Protected.
This murder
Plot
quickly
armor.
flooded everywhere online, which I'm assuming you've probably seen by now. And immediately a manhunt was underway, both online and in person, to find this killer. The original security footage that was released of this crime, you couldn't actually see the killer's face at all. But the footage did go viral. And I think people were so fascinated by the way that the crime was committed. I mean, it was so brazen and calculated and disgusting. I mean, honestly, it looked like it was out of a movie, but it was real.
So fucked up. Wow, this is actually a really bad way to start off Reagan Conrad's comment section career. Man, she immediately has to defend healthcare CEOs. Like, all the Daily Wire guys did this. And don't get me wrong, Brett Cooper has no issue with this either. She would have done this too. If she didn't already, she probably did. It was so evil and disgusting. He should have run for president. He was brilliant. Yeah, what? She's awesome. No wonder all the fans hate her.
Life in 2024 in broad daylight, and
I just got here. What are we watching? Brett Cooper is done. Butt Pooper is dead. The Daily Wire has replaced her with this random woman.
And photos were released of the alleged assassin. And that photo just sent an absolute...
Do we know why she was let go? I'm assuming it's because she wanted either more money or the same amount of money. It definitely has to do... Because this... Just think about it. Do you think this woman... Do you think Reagan Conrad makes as much money as Brett Cooper did 6 months ago, 2 months ago, whenever she was officially let go or whatever? I guess like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago? No. She probably makes a fifth of what Brett Cooper was making at her peak. I think it's as simple as that. I don't have any evidence to suggest otherwise. Brett Cooper is not an ideological person. Failed clone of Laura Ingraham? I know.
Absolute media frenzy obsession with this guy. To start with, I saw online that they were having a look-alike competition in downtown New York City of the killer. And at first I thought, oh, cool. Okay, they're trying to find him. They're doing this very unique, creative, objectively weird way to go about finding this killer, but he was actively on the loose at the time, so it makes sense. But then I learned, no, it was actually more to celebrate him and for some people to make a quick buck. I have so many questions.
Wait, I'm sorry. She thought this was to catch him? She thought this was... Oh my God, she's so stupid. Oh, they're paying her minimum wage, aren't they? Uh-oh. Oh. She also looks like one of those baby dolls that the old women make to look like real life baby dolls. Or old women buy. You know what I'm talking about? They're so creepy. She does look like one of these though. Dan Henschel had a really funny post where he threw like a baby doll in the garbage. It didn't look just like this, but if he got like a super realistic one and then threw it in the garbage and took a picture, so funny. I mean, it's just, he basically did that. It just didn't look realistic enough. This is fucked up. I hate this. Yeah. This is exactly what Reagan Conrad looks like. Holy shit, dude. That's fucked. They have the same eyes.
About this man's life and why he chose to come out on a weekday.
So she really thought that the Luigi Mangione lookalike competition was to try to catch him, like some kind of Scooby-Doo thing, Scooby-Doo trick.
Creative, objectively weird way to go about finding this killer. They're trying to find him. They're doing this very unique, creative, objectively weird way to go about finding this.
You think the killer would go to a Luigi Mangione lookalike competition? Why would he go there? To win. Yeah, he would, I guess. She's so stupid.
killer, but he was actively on the loose at the time, so it makes sense. But then I learned, no, it was actually more to celebrate him and for some people to make a quick buck. I have so many questions about this man's life.
What? Like the winner? As in the winner to make a quick buck?
And why he chose to come out on a weekday to dress up like a killer and try to get some money. I mean, it's the weirdest thing, but this is just a foreshadowing of the weirdness that is.
What, you think it's insane that a man in his 20s had time to spare on an afternoon in New York City? That's the most insane thing I could ever think of. What is about your life? That guy could work in finance. Probably not. He probably works at Subway. Hope you're drinking a Bush Light in your Bush shirt. Nah, I don't like beer. He didn't stop. I'm scared of this strange woman. It's so awesome how much of their own community hates this video too. Yeah, there's not. They really gave her a lot to deal with here. She's taking over the channel, so it's already like the stack is the table's stacked against her. And she has to take the least popular thing the Daily Wire has said in probably ever. This is probably their least popular position that every one of the hosts is repeated. It's across the board, and it's because they're corporate funded. They're literally corporate funded, so they have to defend corporations. That's the bottom line.
And after seeing this, I thought, okay, it can't get any weirder than this. But spoiler, it gets much, much weirder.
Yeah, there was also a Kai Cenat lookalike contest, but I think there's a reason that no one at the Daily Wire wants to talk about that one. I think they're scared.
I don't like where this is going.
Well, let's just say that I do not.
Oh. Cool, man. JonTron jump scare. That's how you know the guy editing this is like, yeah, man, I get it. You went to high school in 2016 too. You really had a good time back then, didn't you? You were really happy before you became very sad. They edit like it's 2014. I know. Except in 2014, JonTron was saying that the Sonic R soundtrack was bad because it sounded like that.
Not want to see what that man's internet search history is, but hopefully he uses
What?
ExpressVPN, so I don't.
Oh God! What a horrible ad. Ew. Ew.
Yes, of course it is. Again, in the area where there is a killer on the loose. It's mind-boggling. Someone else.
This is also so funny because it implies that after killing someone in Manhattan, in the upper, where was it? It was like Upper East Side or something. It's like the business district or whatever. You would stay in the city? There's a million trains out of New York. It's like the only area with like wide scale like public transportation. You can get to Boston, you could get to Philly, you could get. He was going to Pittsburgh, I think, which is, you know, like even the cops were like pacing around Central Park, like, oh, where is he? Why would he be in the city? Why wouldn't he leave? And she's like, there's a killer in the loose in this city. It's like, no, he's gone, dude. He fucking took a bus and left. Did she just start an ad by saying a pedo should use ExpressVPN? Is that what she was saying? She just said, I don't want to see his search history, but thanks to ExpressVPN, you could hide it. I don't know.
Said absolutely deranged. Exactly. Luckily, a lot of the comments did echo my thoughts on this.
Wait, who was that? That was Autism Capital.
Boggling. Someone else said absolutely deranged.
Someone else. That is Autism Capital. They're verified. Someone else. And it's just like the same 5 blue check marks that post like Nazi shit on Twitter every day. Autism Capital hours. I'm at the Autism Capital. I hate that account. Yeah. They're like an Elon simp and a right winger.
Ranged. Exactly. Luckily, a lot of the comments did echo my thoughts on this, but not all of them. While police were out there actively searching for the killer, there was a weird wave of support growing for the gunman. One woman commented,
"What the hell is Autistic Capital? It's literally just some guy. It's not like an organization. It's just some guy with a blue check mark that posts like horrible memes. Very X.com. Like I said, he's an Elon simp. I think Elon replies to him sometimes. What are the weird angles? I don't know. They fired Brett because she's like, guys, you have too many cameras. They're like, fuck you. Reagan loves how many cameras. Reagan wants more cameras.
And said, seems like
7
everyone
shots.
on this thread has never had to worry about a life-saving medicine or procedure being denied. Opens my eyes about X. Many comments and tweet threads started to echo this woman's frustrations about the healthcare industry at large.
Really opens my eyes about X.com. The guys on here don't have very good takes.
Specifically United Healthcare, because they are the biggest healthcare company in the world. It is one thing to believe that there are deeply entrenched issues in our...
Not only are they the biggest health... Well, okay. She's confusing the two things, which is something I tried to prevent in my video. When talking about Luigi Mangione, there's multiple aspects to why he did what he did. But the most important thing to remember is that Brian Thompson was not a healthcare CEO. He was a healthcare insurance CEO, which are the middlemen that prevent people from getting care despite taking money from you every month. Every month. And they can deny care based on anything they see fit. Basically. Within within a certain like limitation that the government barely enforces. It's about healthcare insurance, which is access to healthcare, not healthcare itself. The healthcare system is also horrible and is for profit and is, demonstrably, has its own fucking disastrous outcomes and inequalities within it. But that's an entirely separate conversation. We don't even touch that conversation when it comes to Luigi Mangione. We're talking about access to healthcare, the ability to pay for what you need, not what it is that you need, how you get it, your ability to get medications. That's a whole fucking separate conversation. Insurance can cover medications too, but medication pricing is not the result of insurance. It's the result of the pharmaceutical industry, which has nothing to do with insurance. Anyway. You inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. Oh, congrats. How do we know we got them in the right order? Or that there's not more? More what? Imagine carving denied, defend, depose on each bullet. He wrote it in a Sharpie. He didn't carve it. My physical therapy was denied at first, and then we inquired, and they were like, oh, yeah, you just have to send it in again. We usually deny that at first for people your age. Yeah. A lot of claims just don't get appealed because they don't know it's an option. Most people don't know you can ask again, basically, because they get denied, and they're like, well, shit. What do I do? And they freak out, or they die because they can't pay out of pocket, or they try to pay out of pocket, or they do pay out of pocket, or they go into debt. Yeah, there's an auto denial system. That's what the AI was doing, was automatically denying. And then if you appealed it, then I think a person looked at it and it usually got approved. But it's to try to filter people out from accessing healthcare. It's evil. You can't say that shooting someone is more evil than this. Sorry, it's not. It's straight up not. Don't care.
Our healthcare industry.
Ready to expat? Yeah, I know. Going to China.
It is another thing entirely to believe that it is okay to murder a husband and father of two in cold blood. Now, as
I don't give a fuck. Having a child means nothing. Don't care. Plenty of men have children. Hitler had children. What the fuck? It doesn't ask anything of you. Inherently. To be a good father is different than just being a father. Yeah, not to mention all the families affected by his direct fucking actions too, Brian Thompson's. He should have looked at his family and thought about how hurt they would be if someone took revenge for the evil things that he did in his life. That's on him. Imagine when Walter White dies. Do you go, he was a father? He had a family, dude. He did it all for his family. That's not what Breaking Bad is about. Spoilers? No, I said imagine. But that's Walter. No, I'm saying he did bad things for selfish reasons and hurt other people. I would say that, actually. Okay, you're not getting the right message. You need to rewatch the show and see the things that he did. He did bad things for his own personal gain. Just because he had a wife and kids doesn't mean that he did it for them or it benefited them. If anything, he used them as an excuse to go harder, to kill more people, even though it was only for him in the end. He knew he was putting them at risk. He knew that he was putting them in danger by doing what he did, and he did it anyway and used them as an excuse, which is the most selfish thing you can do. It is the most you can exploit your family for your own gain. It was never about them. It was never for them. They were accessories and plausible deniability and a cover to do evil things. That's exactly the same thing with fucking Brian Thompson. Whether it was intentional or not, you can't just say he had a wife and kids, therefore he was motivated by having a wife and kids. No. If he was motivated by the well-being of his wife and kids, he wouldn't have fucking had the job he had. Because they clearly were not protected. Counterpoint, Mr. White, we need the cook. I need to sell meth so I can play Sonic 06. That's real, he does play Sonic 06 in Breaking Bad. It's awesome. So does that mean we can make trans memes about the healthcare insurance CEO like we do with Breaking Bad? Yeah. Woking bad. Wait, when? He plays it with his little son that his girlfriend has, like in one of the later seasons. Mr. White, I shot a CEO. He also plays Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, but he also plays Sonic 06.
Wave of support for this unknown assailant began to grow
He's a
online.
Sonic fan,
a person
dude.
of interest was finally
His name is Brock. I only care about Sonic. I didn't remember Brock.
disclosed. His name is Luigi Mangione, and he is a 26-year-old
Mamma mia.
anti-capitalist who is also
Vine boom for the anti-capitalist? Holy shit, dude. Maybe now, but I don't know. It's kind of a bold assumption. Anti-capitalist. What year is it? I use Vine Boom in almost every video, sometimes multiple times. There it is. It's on the soundboard. But using it unironically to make like a point that anti-capitalism is bad is so funny. Anti-capitalist? If he was a communist or a socialist, she would have said that too. She would have said that hard. But he's not. Not even close. He's not a fucking anarcho-communist revolutionary. He's someone radicalized by the system we live under, understandably so, and can recognize the flaws in it.
his name
Can you do that again, but with the fart sound? I don't have that on queued up on the soundboard yet, but I can add it. Vine boom fart. I don't have any farts on here.
What the deuce?
Yeah, what the deuce? I don't have any farts on here.
What the deuce?
is Luigi Mangione, and he is a 26-year-old anti-capitalist who is also Ivy League educated and was a former valedictorian. And here
Wait, why did they add 3 Vine booms? Was this edited by AI? Valedictorian. He's Antifa and Anonymous, the hacking group. That's right. Ivy League education. Just like Ben Shapiro, who went to Harvard Law. He's bad too.
Are the photos of Luigi. Now, I'll be honest. When I first saw these photos, I was in shock. This was not the person that I was expecting by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I was expecting some creepy Jeffrey Dahmer type, but he looks like a friend of mine from high school. So it was so jarring. I'm so confused. And so was the rest of the internet. And of course, like every other alleged criminal that is even semi-good looking, women became obsessed. In this video, this woman wrote, outfits I'd wear to jury duty for the Luigi Mangione trial. And also for copyright reasons, we're only going to be able to play a little bit of...
Yeah, gotta make sure you can monetize your video. Reagan Conrad. It's too similar. No Vine Boom for the simping, yeah.
Of this song, but this is Britney Spears' Criminal, and it has been blasted everywhere about Luigi.
Fuck this video. I'm not even gonna try to test that one. Oh, okay. Yeah, really funny joke.
Oh, she's marrying him. She can fix him. This one comment really summarized.
Fuck that video for the McDonald's. Went out and bought a Happy Meal for that shit. Fuck it. Don't break BDS. Fuck McDonald's and their stupid fucking giving Happy Meals to IDF soldiers doing genocide. Fuck that. Disgusting.
My feelings about this video, and the woman said, our culture has hit rock bottom. It certainly has, Nancy. Dear old Nancy, it certainly has. Someone else said, isn't he charged for murder or something? Yeah.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. Not any more complicated than that, huh?
Yeah, he is, but that doesn't seem to matter to these
Yeah, look at all 7 of the
women
cameras.
or men. You're welcome. And here's another thirst trap of him. Women went deep online to find every photo that they could of him. I mean, he was a normal guy at that point. Not anymore, though. Allegedly. But you get the gist of what's been happening online. One guy said,
Was that the only one they credited, and it was an at neoliberal hell?
or something? Yeah.
Neoliberals, I think, are the only people who don't like Luigi. Right? I mean, Destiny's a neoliberal. He was literally saying the same thing that Butt Carter is saying here. He was a father. He had kids. You can't kill. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just following orders. He was just prioritizing shareholder value. What's wrong with that? That's what neoliberals say. So, that's cool at least.
Yeah, he is, but that doesn't seem to matter to these women or men. You're welcome. And here's another thirst trap of him. Women went deep online to find every photo that they could of him. I mean, he was a normal guy at that point. Not
Darth Vader had kids. That's funny.
Anymore, though. Allegedly. But you get the gist of what's been happening online. One guy said, I see a hero, not a criminal. Again, I see an alleged murderer because that's what he's been accused of.
First of all, innocent till proven guilty. What the fuck? You see any alleged murderer, all of a sudden we believe accusations at fucking first value? I didn't think that was the fucking case at all for any conservative. But whatever. Neoliberal. For real. I've been boycotting Starbucks, but my parents still buy it for my little sister. Yeah, well. Pour it out. Disgusting. Starbucks isn't Zionist. Not the same way McDonald's is. But I boycott Starbucks for the union busting. They're not on BDS. To make that clear. But Starbucks still does union busting. I'm fundamentally against the concept of the comment section as a show, I guess. I think most people are. It's not like a good idea. It was only carried by Brett Cooper being Brett Cooper and doing it the way she did it. It was kind of lightning in a bottle for the Daily Wire, and they really squandered it. It's not going to be the same ever again.
Of course, you see a hero. Someone else said, I can't wait till everyone turns on him for some tweets or his parents are billionaires. Yes, because in 2024, someone could be canceled for those things. not for shooting someone in the back of the head. Make it make sense.
I'm sorry, what?
Said, I can't wait till everyone turns on him for some tweets or his parents are billionaire.
I hate this, dude. I hate that they have to like make up some shit to get mad at. You don't even have a point. You have such a fucking vapid fake point that you have to make up a whole scenario and then be like, yeah, well, if he did a bunch of other stuff instead of the thing that he did, then you wouldn't even like him. And it's like, sure, okay. If the world was different, the world would be different. If my mother had wheels, she would be a bike. You know, classic.
Yes, because in 2024, someone could be canceled for those things. Not for shooting someone in the back of the head. Make it make sense.
That's not where he was shot either. That's not even what happened. In the back of the head. With his brains all over the sidewalk. People stepping on him. Because no one even cares anymore in this world. Like, that didn't happen. He was shot in the leg and the back. That's what happened.
Sense. Even the strippers are showing their support. Like, I want to laugh because it's objectively funny, but it's not when you think about it as a whole. The problem.
Yeah, this is not funny. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at Luigi stripping. It's not funny. If the situation were completely different, you wouldn't like him. Checkmate, liberal.
Which one of you McDonald's employees ratted that guy out? Which one of you did it? Put the fries in the bag.
No.
You're not gonna get a raise, bro.
True.
Ronald McDonald doesn't know you.
I don't know why he slowed it down like that. That's a nice artistic choice.
Is that these people actually believe he's done something good. One woman commented under this and said, me distracting the police so Luigi can escape. Someone else said, we're so unserious as a species. Which again, in a lot of ways, I love that about us. But in other ways, I am...
This whole show is just looking at comments and being like, Reddit gold, downvote, downvote. Don't like that. Like that.
But deeply, deeply concerned about that. Like when I see a video like this.
Yeah, that's sacrilegious.
No.
This is blaspheming.
It's blasphemous.
Predicted, pre-watched. P-watched.
Someone commented and said...
You're laughing, though. You're fucking laughing. You're going to hell. You believe in that, not me.
Saint Luigi, the punisher of CEOs. Someone else said... St. Luigi, protector of the sick. Now, objectively, of course, a lot of this stuff is funny, it's silly, it's weird, but the more that I saw this faux martyrdom being presented online, the anger...
Do you think she's Catholic? She might be.
I got. Because he lived a truly privileged life. I mean, he had top-of-the-line education since childhood. He studied at UPenn, which is an Ivy League school. He could have used his private school education, then his Ivy League education, his...
You can make the same argument about Ben Shapiro. He's Ivy League educated. Why doesn't he use his education to make the world better? He makes it objectively worse.
130 IQ to actually affect...
What?
My friend Andy just got back to our dorms from the break and I forgot his fucking pillow. Pillowless Dambas.
Princess Leo River, thank you for the 5 months. She has to pretend that jokes are illegal and that everything that everyone says is in complete sincerity in order for her to get fake angry. You can find someone online saying anything crazy and go, this is what liberals do. Yeah, but that's literally because Lips of TikTok has like truncated that content and monetized it so successfully. Everybody just does this now. You find someone with 4 likes on their TikTok and go, damn, this is every liberal, and you make a video calling them like ugly or something, and then you get a billion views. Saw your vid on coming out, congrats. Is this Fen Shabibo's Aryan clone? Yeah, this is the blonde variant. Soon they will create the perfect woman. This is just one step closer to their vision.
Affect real change. That's what a hero would do. In researching...
Sorry, maybe because Reagan Cooper or whatever, Reagan Conrad here, has an IQ of 7, she can't understand what having a high IQ necessarily means. So she thinks having, I guess, a 160 IQ or whatever means that you can just do things to make the world better. You have like powers, I guess, at that point. Yeah, this is the producer of the comment section. She and Brett were friends, but she definitely she cut Brett out by being able to get paid probably a third of what Brett was getting paid. I think she just gave the Daily Wire a cheaper host. And I don't think they care enough to pay Brett what she's theoretically worth according to the numbers. I don't think she's worth anything. But I will give her a job if she reads my scripts.
School. He could have used his private school education, then his Ivy League education, his 130 IQ to actually affect real change.
Dude, use your IQ instead. Why would you kill when you can use your IQ to affect change? Brian Thompson shouldn't have changed anything. Like, what do you think you can do? He was a fucking game developer. He worked on Civilization doing UI debugging. What do you want him to do? Just use your IQ, man, to be a hero, make the world better.
A hero would.
I guess when you do things that she disagrees with, having a high IQ means you're stupid and evil. But when you have a high IQ and make the world better, that means you're good. And are smart. Anyway.
Would do. In researching for this story, I watched his...
What do you think your IQ is? I mean, IQ is not like a real measurement of intelligence at all. But mine's probably like, yeah, probably like 10 billion.
Valedictorian speech from 2016 for his high school. He was charismatic, and his classmates clearly looked up to him because he could communicate well.
Such a terrible
so why would
video.
someone choose this path? Who did he really save?
He was so charismatic in high school. Ew, first of all, why are you even saying that? Second of all, no. That speech is about him talking about like honoring tradition and shit. It's like tradcath shit. You're trying, she's reaching and trying so hard to make like a point, and she just can't do it. She can't. She has nothing.
By allegedly killing this man. Patients suffering with healthcare challenges are still suffering. The broken system is still broken. We don't know motives yet, but we do know that he wasn't even a United...
Okay, so you admit the system's broken. So why are you doing apologia for Brian Thompson? Why is change incumbent on Luigi Mangione after the fact and not incumbent on Brian Thompson, who was in power? Why couldn't he use his fucking 4 IQ or whatever Brian Thompson's IQ was before he fucking kicked the bucket? Why couldn't he use that to fix the world? He was in a position of power. Luigi wasn't. What do you want?
Allegedly killing this man. Patients suffering with healthcare challenges are still suffering.
Again, she's forgetting that he was a healthcare insurance CEO, not a healthcare CEO. So again, it has nothing to do with the actual healthcare or whatever.
The broken system is still broken. We don't know motives yet, but we do know that he wasn't even a United Healthcare customer. Now, I have seen online that he did suffer from a severe back injury back in 2023. He did, however, have a back injury, and he even has his ex-banner profile photo.
Did you guys hear that? She left a whole take in that she shouldn't have left in. Why did that get left in?
Do know that he wasn't even a United Healthcare customer. Now, I have seen online that he did suffer from a severe back injury
He suffered from a severe back injury.
Back in 2023. He did, however, have a back injury.
He did, however, have a back injury.
And he even...
The fuck are they paying these editors, man? Too busy watching JonTron clips from 2014 to pay attention to the fucking video they're making. Jesus Christ. Yeah, too busy adding Vine booms in JonTron. Good work, Max, or whatever the editor's name was. Good job. Hope you're proud working for this fucking dog shit company that will never pay you even remotely what an editor's worth. But you're doing what you're being paid for, I'm sure.
And has his ex-banner profile photo.
No quality control. It's definitely some fucking intern that they hired straight out of college in Nashville.
Of a back
Ridiculous.
X-ray with 3 giant screws in it, which I assume is his own back. All of that to say that if he was so passionate about fixing a broken system, one that he probably has dealt with firsthand,
Yeah, why didn't
he could have run
he could have run for president.
for office and advocated for those who were struggling, or found effective ways to articulate the struggles that he faced firsthand. But rather, he was arrested at a McDonald's. And he's facing a life sentence without the possibility of parole if he's found guilty. So if he is the killer, he's no martyr. He's just a coward. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and if you enjoyed, make sure to hit that.
He's a coward? Yeah, why didn't you just make the world better instead of what I do, which is sit here at my computer and hang out? It's cowardly to go and shoot someone responsible for death. I don't know if I would use those words. I've been inspired to run for president. Yeah. Just do that. Come on. Fix the world. Don't make it more violent. Don't add murder. Not to spam, but this entire genre of content explodes my brain. Laughing at non-binary tweens isn't bringing the bills anymore. Depends on where you look. It's time to scream in shock and horror in response to very basic satire. People joke about everything on the internet. That's what social media is. I'm insane. Yeah, no, I mean, a fundamental tenet of being a conservative or a reactionary in general is to look at a joke and take it at face value and then get scared. Anyway, let's watch the, speaking of looking at a joke, taking it at face value, and then getting scared. Here's Bill Maher's new comedy special. Here's a trailer.
Can we celebrate progress tonight? America still makes a lot of progress. I mean, take something like pot. I know I will.
What a banger. I know I will. Is anyone else seeing this? Dude, I love marijuana.
I live in California. We get 2 senators. The Dakota territory gets 4. There are more people in California named Dakota. Are you ready or not?
He's so
Let's be
old.
honest, everybody hates kids these days. Not that I'm saying kids are bad. Kids are important. They assembled my phone.
He's so old. As soon as I say he's old, he's like kids these days. Everyone hates him. It's not me.
Donald Trump. He's Jesus in reverse. Other people die for his sins.
They put so much makeup on him. Look at how white his forehead is compared to how red his neck is. He's like ghostly. Are you ready or not? What happened? They like dunked him in the makeup bucket from his ankles. They did so
I'm
much.
in the states where the Republican ads. They don't even mention
Is it because he's drunk? Is it because he's so drunk he's turning red under the
policy.
makeup?
It's just a guy with a gun in a truck with a gun, truck, gun. Me like these things you like. Vote me.
Hilarious, dude.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Do you know? Oh, he's getting tired. Do you know how much of a failure, such a spectacular, unfunny failure? Not the giant Bill Maher emote. Such a spectacular, unfunny, like, hack that you have to be to not even make fun of Republicans, right? You're not doing a good job. At the lowest hanging fruit a liberal can go for.
With the crazy, please, is anyone else seeing this?
I guarantee there's gonna be a bit where he goes, there's a lot of college students protesting for Gaza. Would you like to see you be gay in Gaza? See what happens. That's exactly what he's gonna say, word for word. Do you think he'll say Hawk Tuah? Yeah, will Bill Maher talk about Hawk Tuah? That's a good question. I hope so. Are you ready or not? I'm not ready. Oh yeah, speaking of being ready, I don't know. If you're gay in Gaza, Israel blows you up. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, or an animal. Israel kills you if you're in Gaza. It's fucked up. It's giving you're communist, yet you own a house. Yeah, I mean, liberals need a safe space to bash the left and slowly metamorphosize into Republicans. And Bill Maher creates a great cocoon for that. He doesn't challenge them on any of their reactionary sentiments or underlying biases. You get to shit on the left, and maybe you get to make fun of a Republican for liking guns or something. That's fun. Yeah, Israel blows you up even if you're not in Gaza, actually. Yeah. Now they're threatening Egypt. Isn't that awesome? You could be in the capital of Lebanon and still get blown up if you're in the same apartment building as a guy that Israel doesn't like. While they want to go to war with Egypt again. They've been to war with Egypt before. But yeah, they want to go to war again. Because they're expanding. And when a country starts doing expansionist shit, it's really hard to slow it down if you still want to expand. If you want to continue expanding, you grind and you just expand as much as you can in one go so you don't have to do phases. Yeah, see Germany in the 30s, actually. It's very similar. And then they settle on that land. Officially and non-officially. Like, private citizens will go and settle on that land. See the West Bank. The same thing happened in Poland in the 30s. German Volk, the in-group of the Nazis, were going and settling in occupied Poland, in occupied Czechoslovakia. The same thing is happening in the occupied West Bank. The exact same thing. It's just happening to different people. It's what fascist governments do. Hamas is in the pyramids. Hamas. The pyramids of Giza more like the pyramids of Gaza. Hamas is in there. Speaking of Hamas, Mike Malone, everyone. Costco freestyles. He's in the
What's up, buddy?
Costco.
You making keys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm searching for these keys to the Lola universe. Think you can make me a pair of those? Trying to make it to the Lola universe.
All right, good luck.
All right, brother. Time to travel to another realm, another dimension.
He might have brought me back.
Pineal gland expand.
Pineal gland expand? This is better than Mike. Real Bashar, I don't know if you have anything better than Mike right now. I think Mike Malone, I was mad that Mike Malone was using AI. I hope he doesn't in this video. He kept using AI generated graphics. As long as he doesn't keep doing that, I'm back on board. I can't. This is awesome.
To the extension, to capture Lola's full attention. I'm looking for a divine intervention. Please, someone come up with this
hope you're
invention.
well. Congrats on coming out on all platforms, so cute seeing it come apa said and Riley now.
Thank you.
Loved the
Socialist
new
Fairy.
Bashar video.
Thank you for the 7 months and thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Divine intervention. Yeah, he's in the middle of Costco. Trying to get the keys to the Lola universe.
Cheers up, Buttercup.
That was awesome.
Guess who's back in Costco?
Oh, shit. Guess who's back in fucking Costco, dude?
The Malone variant from Lolaverse.
The Malone variant? This is so fucking awesome. He's doing Fulcrum. I stopped watching Fulcrum because he was getting on that fucking transphobia train and then he fell off. And that's karma. Mike Malone is coming for Fulcrum's bag. Makes better music, makes better videos. He also smokes weed too, so look the fuck out, man. Can never stay comfortable. Always stay on your grind. I learned that from Fulcrum. Too bad he sucks. He's transphobic. On Israel, is there any way World War II France shit is happening now? No. Where Israel is saying, I won't blow you up if you give me XYZ. It's been odd to me they've been exclusively desecrating everything. Not everything. I mean, they blow up whatever they want to, but Israel loves to settle on shit and then pave over it. Like, it doesn't matter if Gaza's turned into rubble if they can pave a fucking parking lot or a theme park on top of it. They have the capacity to build shit internally. Israel's military strategies have been exclusively desecrating everything in sight. I thought they'd try and barter, at least threaten to get out to get their way. Their way is the land. Like, they've annexed they're trying to annex southern Lebanon and parts of Syria as Syria is in political turmoil. Like, they want the land that people are on top of, so they have to get rid of the people on the land. That's always been their strategy. That's why they're so indiscriminate. That's why they blow shit up. That's why they cut off food, water, and electricity to Gaza the day after October 7th. They want to starve people out and displace them so they can take the land that they live on. And that's how you know it's a government thing. It's the government. It's the military. It's expansionist. It's fascist. It's you know. It's so undeniable and it's so obvious. Has nothing to do with religion. Has nothing to do with fucking the fucking like Holy Land and all that shit. That's like an ideological justification for just having more land and more territory and ergo more power, while also knocking out politically inconvenient rivals in the region like Hassan Nasrallah. Anyway, continuing.
You make keys here?
We sure do.
I'm gonna need some keys to the Lola universe so I can blast off and visit her in another
Who's Fulcrum?
realm. I'm feeling
he's a YouTuber.
overwhelmed. I'm feeling like I pissed somebody off, but it's okay. I'm gonna have to back off.
He's trying not to get fucking kicked out of the Costco again.
Hit Lola up like it's major on a pager so we can come together and 2 players.
Damn.
We can play foosball. I can make you red, you can make me the blue balls. I can hang you up on my mantle like a candle and play some tunes like the piano.
Voglio.
I can gaze
Banger.
at the stars, study your every pattern, and I could put a ring on your finger like Saturn. I could be your #1 cool fellow, hug you like the squishy mellow. Every morning say good night and good morning and hello.
Good night, good morning, and hello. This hurts. This is Mike Malone, dude. He's the best rapper of our generation. This is low-key art. I love Mike Malone's shit. The last few videos, like I said, he was using like AI-generated graphics or AI-generated videos of people and shit. And it was annoying, and I didn't want to watch him. Costco wholesale freestyle. This is a great idea. Do you think he was inspired by the Costco guys? He just went to Costco and just started rapping about stuff he saw in the Costco. Is he off the AI shit? It seems like this is some fresh content.
Protect you from any
love the beat.
disaster as I'm walking faster on the Stairmaster. Wake up in the morning, smell the coffee. Lola, I love you. Do you copy? I'm just a sweet guy, Mike Malone, and I'm gonna give you some candy, Toblerone. Grant you every wish, give you the perfect gift, and tell you to drink this shit because it'll help you stay fit. And Lola, you're not dreaming. Give yourself a pinch. Does it hurt? Lola, I'm intervening. I could be the quench to your thirst. Cause you're my star, you're my birth. And I'm just here, Mike Malone, spitting a verse in the Lola universe.
Who's Lola? I guess his new girlfriend. I guess. Is this as weird as I think? I mean, it is weird. Quench to your thirst, yeah. Rhymezone.com. Oh shit, dude. Doja Cat type beat.
Let me send you a letter with these forever stamps.
Aw.
I hope you get better because I know you miss me so much it's giving you cramps. But you gotta keep grinding and stay in the hustle. Don't let your feathers get ruffled. Feelings are charcoaling hotter. Why don't you get yourself some sparkling water and give your pets something nice and furry to lay on, to play on, litter, to poop on, to spray on. I got a coupon.
Litter.
The display one. Back to the water. Maybe you could summon
Back to the water.
Get yourself some Martellini. And when you have your thoughts full of the apocalypse, just remember, life is like a box of chocolates. Go
didn't
gadget,
like that one.
Starburst. Get yourself a go-gurt.
Okay, what? That didn't make any sense.
Can I get a mix of your finest cocktail?
freaked out when he comes up to them.
Here's to
I hope Costco hires him. Yeah.
Super Greens, farewell. And the boutin to kill with gluten. And the turmeric for inflammation. Damn, after taking all those shots, I feel amazing.
Wow.
Blazing.
How many of these did he do? I thought it was just one video.
Another trip to Costco. Why am I in this place?
Yeah, why does he go to Costco so much, dude? How often did you fucking go?
Almost every single day.
Why?
My office, you know?
Come to my appointment.
Girl, you need that anointment. Z printing, you need to exercise with that scooter. But make sure you cover up your hooters. Cause the world is full of basketballs.
The world is full of basketballs. Big Pharma 69, thank you for the 2 gifted subs. He's the king of Costco. He's the king of rap, I think.
I know you're a godly girl, so you don't want these men to crumble. Cause one look at the dash, they might fumble. They might stumble into a dark tunnel and spread their bacteria, germs, and fungal. That's masturbation for...
Dude. Get away from the camera. Fungal. That's masturbation. I don't even know if I want to hear that full bar. Just that freeze frame was what I wanted to pause on.
And spread their bacteria, germs, and fungal. That's masturbation for thinking about your bumhole. This world's a jungle, and that ass got a bounty. You gotta stay clean and be ready to rumble with that downy.
Okay.
Make sure that pussy pop, lock, and drop it. And take your
Jesus,
naughty
Mike.
thoughts and ziploc. Take your mind and rinse and Clorox it. Wash away anything that's toxic. So just remember, when you're eating a corn dog, it's just food. Don't think about a dude. Blow your naughty thoughts up with dynamite.
Dynamite. I'm trying to think about what his thought process is here. The most I can think is that he is like running out of inspiration or something, and he went to Costco to do word association because he couldn't think of anything just at his house. Why does this sound like a Juice WRLD beat?
Why don't you try eating some dino bites?
Dino bite.
But yo, you're a female. You like attention from men, I get it, you're thirsty. But remember, pray to the Lord, have mercy.
Okay.
Sometimes the devil will give you a sick dream of whipped cream, have your body aching for the bacon, filling you up with lust, tingling your
Getting frisky on this whiskey. Lighten up our shop.
Oh my
bro,
God.
with some vodka.
Flash
Always
warning.
got them batteries for flattery, but it's cool to play though. We got
Jesus,
the mashed
stop, Mike.
potato, ham and turkey, along with the dinner plate. Having a play date with my soulmate. Oh shit, you caught me catching up. I was just loading up the water, cause I gotta cool you off, cause you're hotter than all the rest. You're blessed.
There we go.
I'm a peep under the sheet, beat ski in retreat.
Okay, well, he was definitely starting out with the best of what he had. I don't know. More echo, please.
Oh snaps! Did he just say that? Nah, but for real though, I'm just in the warehouse. You know my whereabouts. I'm in the warehouse. You know my whereabouts. You got the milk.
You got the milk?
You got that silk. You feeling the guilt when you spill on the milk on the quilt.
Nice.
So
The water. He just keeps showing bottles of water. Get out of the warehouse.
When it's night out, about to ride out to your hideout. Hold up, about to pull up.
Okay.
You know Mike Malone's my name, and I just came to bang your head like a orangutan, give you that Duro flame. I'm racing to your house like Mario Andretti. I don't think you're ready into your nightmare like I'm Freddy. I'ma hold you like a teddy. There, cause I care. I just want you to be aware. I'm always there. I just wanna look at your face and stare.
just want to look at your face and stare. Huh. Freddy Fazbear? Wait, did he say that?
Flame. I'm racing to your house like Mario Andretti. I don't think you're ready. Into your nightmare like I'm Freddy. I'ma hold you like a teddy.
Oh my god, into your nightmare like I'm Freddy? Does he actually? No, Freddy Krueger. You're right. It is Freddy Krueger. You're so right. But it was a bear.
Mario Andretti. I don't think you're ready. Into your nightmare like I'm Freddy.
I mean, is he doing like a double entendre? He just couldn't find like a Freddy Krueger thing, so he found a bear instead? I mean, that'd be kind of smart. I don't... Close enough.
Hold you like a teddy. Bear, because I care.
Oh, no, it was because of Teddy. It was because of Teddy. It had nothing to do with... No, never mind. It's because he wanted to say Teddy.
I just want you to be aware. I'm always there. I just want to look at your face and stare. Eat you out like a pear, so get prepared.
Like a pear? What? That's not how you do that. You're gonna bite like a pear? You eat a pear like an apple with your teeth.
Coffin, all the way to the coffin. Take you to the casket, get you this basket.
I like when he was calling himself the Malone variant. I think that's fucking awesome. B-Boy987, thank you for the 5 months. And Grumpy Ass, thank you for the 9 months. Piss Baby. Piss Baby. Oh, it cut out piss. Sad. Gonna take you to the casket. He's gonna kill her.
And when you feeling drastic, I'll give you nice thoughts, telepathic. Tell you you're fantastic. Freestyle, ran out of time. No.
Gotta show the water again. He hasn't talked about the Lola universe in a bit. Yeah, true. Maybe they broke up during the course of him making all these Costco freestyles.
I'm in line.
Because I'm in line. I gotta check out. Ran out of time and he leaves the store. He's going to kill and cannibalize a woman. This is a
PNG.
Sir Anitas, thank you for the 7 months.
Don't mean to ever bring you harm. Don't sound the alarm. I'm just giving you some of my charm.
Nice.
And I hold you for ransom because you're sweet.
Oh.
Chris Hansen, have a seat.
What? That's not good, man. Don't say any of that.
And bounce up and down air mattress. Take a sip of 16 ounces purified Baptist.
I think he just says whatever comes to his head and he never thinks about like any other like implications of what he's saying. He doesn't think of any secondary implications. It's just you take it at face value. Take a seat, Chris Hansen, because he says that. It had nothing to do with Chris Hansen or the show or anything like that. It's just because he says those words and he found a seat. That's all he needs. Awesome. But fuck a second draft. Fuck revision. Fuck even thinking too hard. It's honestly inspirational because that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to think about the secondary implications or whatever. You just flow. And it makes you look a little silly. Lola age verification? Yeah, true. I do need to see. I need to verify that this man's not being weird. Sir Anitas, thank you for the 7 months, by the way. Grumpy ass, thank you for the 9 months. I already said that, but thank you anyway. Appreciate it.
They say the world is ending. Don't believe the hype, y'all. Watered down like that White Claw. And hey, I don't mind if I do. Try a sample.
Dude, what? You can't write something this funny. I'm sorry. Just shoves that shit. What's going on? He is in the Costco and he was offered a sample. And he's still rapping. He's still doing the freestyle. But he just includes taking the sample and eating it.
Don't believe the hype, y'all. Watered down like that White Claw. And hey, I don't mind if I do. Try a sample.
I like the idea of going around Costco and just finding things to rhyme with. It's a cute idea. He just did it a lot.
That was so yummy to my tummy. I'm feeling like a dummy. My wallet's looking empty because Costco's taking all my money.
Damn.
I'm just doing another Costco free spitting from my homie Z Prittin.
Smule. The Malone
Hello.
variant.
Hello, Z Prittin's mother.
Oh, his,
Hi. I heard you're 65. Glad you're still alive.
did he let his his earphones go through the washer? Because they don't sound too good no more. Who's Z Prittin? I don't know. Costco freestyle win.
What you getting for Christmas? A PS5?
Damn.
And I'm sorry about sorry about the glitch. What you gonna get? A Nintendo Switch?
Damn.
Mario and Luigi, the brothership. Me and Z Prittin, and you are the mother.
Oh, okay.
$9.99. I bet if you wore this,
We're back
you
to the song from before?
would look fine. But I think you already know. On top of your head, I would put this bow.
Nice.
I just want to
Bars.
take you to my home and put you outside on my porch like a gnome.
I like this beat. Boo, 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 boo. Nicki Minaj, is it a Nicki beat?
I'm your biggest fan, and I know
I would believe it if Mike Malone said he was a barb. I honestly think he could be.
got your mind blown. Could we call this love? If you're cold, I'll keep you warm like a glove. I'll protect
It's
that
City
heart in
Girl?
your chest and tell you to wear this vest. Cause I like to be in Z Prittin realm. I'm just speaking off the top of the helm.
I thought we were going to Lola universe. What's Z printing realm?
When I freestyle, I spit.
Freestyle. Spit?
Shit, this is my 10th Costco freestyle. I'm on a roll.
10.
Hawaiian
dude.
roll.
I'm on a roll. Hawaiian roll.
Coconut bowl. And this is where I always end up.
It's true. He always ends up at the water.
If you need to change the route, take the ride. Shout it out with some tide. Or shout your mind with soap. Fill your body up with some oat. Fill your thoughts. I'm glad you made it back to your hometown. Panorama.
Is this what he meant by there's basketballs everywhere? Or whatever? The Lola universe is inside the Z Printin realm. Fuck. My bad.
Panorama. Wherever that can.
Still no hot dog mention? Yeah, he hasn't. Does he know that they have those?
Now, I know you're home and safe now.
There's a basketball over there.
And I'm at Costco.
Yep.
Chilling like a villain.
I'm at
What you
Costco.
thinking? Are you drinking till your heart hollow? Are you gonna follow the alcohol? Are you gonna follow to another hall, to another aisle? I just made a freestyle just to make you smile. Saying hi to the cuties. That's a tangerine. What you mean? Oh, whoops! It opened up.
Oh man.
2020.
Don't put it back in the bag. Someone's gonna buy a fucking tangerine that was on
25 new years. Are you making new cheers?
Yeah.
Making new beers?
Yeah.
Making new goals? Making new oath? Growth? Mamma mia, when are you gonna make me some tortilla? Taco night? Celebrate
it
the
like
New
that?
Year's when it's party time. Pop off the firework. Get it higher with work. Work it twerk.
Alright.
Irk and jerk.
Okay.
Flame, Duro.
You already did the Duraflame.
What you mean? Gotta get my water. Thirst. I
Okay,
gotta
we're back to the
quit.
fucking water again. I was actually the reason I remember that's how he ends it. Oh my god.
Costco freestyle.
Dude loves Drake. I know he does. We're not going back to this yet. This honestly, full circle, yeah. The Duraflame thing I actually was gonna say is pretty good. He had a bar about like he's spitting heat Duraflame or something like that, and that was okay. I think Duraflame. That is what it's worth. It was actually so good that he had to say it twice, and then go back to the water. What's the service about today? I mean, we're just catching up. I haven't been able to stream consistently. I'm going out of town tomorrow. I'll be back Tuesday. Like the video? Oh yeah, pretty good. Costco freestyle. Mamma mia, when are you gonna make me some tortillas? Yeah, I don't know. He didn't really end it as strong as he started it, calling himself the Malone variant. I'll be back Tuesday, so I'll stream on Tuesday night. I might be back late, so either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, hopefully. And then I'll stream Wednesday, either way, Wednesday through Sunday of next week. So we'll be back. We'll be swinging. I want to stream a lot this month. I'm going to try to stream at least 2-3 times a week. No January 6th stream? Yeah, I know. I'm taking a day off because we were supposed to be going on vacation when we got into the car crash, and it ended up being a stressful time. So we're trying to go out of town again and not have a stressful time. Tuesdays when I go back to school, Sag. You're not allowed to stream when I'm working. It's illegal. Listen at work. My birthday is tomorrow, January 6th. Well, happy early birthday. I hope they overthrow the government again in honor of you. Did you guys see that Hillary Clinton won a presidential honor of freedom? Will you Medal of Freedom? Will you stream the inauguration? Should I? Does anyone care enough? We can watch it, I guess. For what? Yeah, I mean, I would watch. We can watch it. I'm happy to stream it. I feel like it'd be a little boring. It'll be interesting. I don't know. It's just procedure. So, I will be invading the Capitol tomorrow. Will you stream that? Well, you should put in the chat that you're joking. I feel like you'll get in trouble. I would never endorse that. If anyone is listening that would get mad, I think that's fucked up to do it. The autism capital, not the real one. Okay, give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna take a pee. I'm gonna go BRP, and we'll come back on it, and maybe we'll watch that jank interview. There's still a whole second half of it, talking about trans rights and TYT. So, I think that's interesting. Anyway, autism score. Maybe I should take the autism test sometime. I don't remember, but it's probably high. Anyway, give me 1 minute.
Shit, you caught me catching up. I was just loading up the water. Cause I gotta cool you off cause you're hotter.
Hotter than all the rest, you're blessed.
Because I'm a peep. Under the sheet, beat, ski, and retreat. Oh, snaps. Did he just say that? Nah, but for real though, I'm just in the warehouse. You know my whereabouts. I'm in the warehouse. You know my whereabouts. You got the milk. You got that silk. You feeling the guilt when you spill on the milk, on the quilt. So hold up, when it's night out, about to ride out to your hideout. Hold up, about to pull up. You know Mike Malone's my name, and I just came to bang your head like a orangutan, give you that Duro flame. I'm racing to your house like Mario Andretti. I don't think you're ready, into your nightmare like I'm Freddy. I'ma hold you like a teddy. Bear, cause I care. I just want you to be aware, I'm always there. I just wanna look at your face and stare. Eat you out like a pear, so get prepared. Coffin, all the way to the coffin. Take you to the casket, get you this basket. And when you're feeling drastic, I'll give you nice thoughts, telepathic. Tell you you're fantastic. Freestyle, ran out of time, cause now I'm in line.
Cause I don't mean to ever bring you harm. Don't sound the alarm. I'm just giving you some of my charm. And I hold you for ransom cause you're sweet. Chris Hansen, have a seat. And bounce up and down air mattress. Take a sip of 16 ounces purified Baptist. They say the world is ending, don't believe the hype, y'all. Watered down like that White Claw. Hey, I don't mind if I do. Try a sample. That was so yummy to my tummy. I'm feeling like a dummy. My wallet's looking empty cause Costco's taking all my money. I'm just doing another Costco free spitting from my homie Z Printin'. Hello. Hello, Z Printin's mother. Hi. I heard you're 65. Glad you're still alive. What you getting for Christmas? A PS5? And I'm sorry about the sorry about the glitch. What you gonna get? A Nintendo Switch? Mario and Luigi, the brothership. Me and Z Printin', and you are the mother.
I heard that you're 65. I guess. I heard that you're 65. What are you going to get for Christmas? A PS5? Banger. You know, in movies when they have people's eyelids clipped open and they're shown brainwashing propaganda? What do you mean in movies? That's from a movie. It's from A Clockwork Orange. I mean, I guess it's referenced in other movies. I couldn't tell you another one though. That's what it feels like listening to Mike Malone's music. That's what I want my stream to feel like. I'd like if she checked out Maya Arson's crime article. Maya Arson Crimes article on that Elon Musk-kin dude? Adrian Dittman? That happens in every movie. True. I forgot. Mr. Bean did it to stay awake once. That's pretty funny. Phineas and Ferb? Well, that's not even a movie. You know, I think it's so weird when, like it makes sense, but it's weird to me that YouTubers want to be, like, filmmakers. Not everyone, but a lot of YouTubers want to end up being, like, making movies. It's like, who was like that? Who did that? Shane Dawson, I mean, obviously, but, who was that other guy? James Sutherland or whatever, the plagiarist guy. Jake Paul. Markiplier, yeah. I mean, if he did that one movie, Fred movie, yeah. Markiplier is a little different because he didn't make like a movie. Chris Stuckman, he's a little different too, I guess. Well, because it's different if you like make a movie as like a passion project versus trying to like get into the film industry. Like Shane Dawson doesn't want to make films. James Somerton, yeah. Shane Dawson doesn't want to make like films as like a project with people. He wants to be seen as a Hollywood celebrity. Same with James Somerton as well. You want to use the title of filmmaker and the power that comes with it and the influence that comes with it, but you don't want to actually make movies because otherwise you would. Like James Somerton never made his stupid movie because he doesn't want to. And not to mention, you have to like have like a team of people. We saw The Chair. It takes like 50 people to make the shittiest movie you've ever seen. And that's on the low end. So it's always something that I would love to edit a movie. That's where I feel like my skill set lies. But being like a filmmaker, I've always leaned more towards like music videos because I feel like that's so much more similar to making a YouTube video. Like I made the Pineapple Upside Down music video. I'm really proud of that one. Spoonie raised money to make a movie and just didn't do it. Man, classic early internet shit. Some guy with like 100,000 subscribers in 2008 or 2010 or whatever makes like video game reviews and is like, I'm gonna make a film. Nostalgia critic, like so funny. It's a lot of subscribers back then. I'm not spitting at it. It's just proportional to now it looks really funny. That like back then that was like such a big deal. AVGN did a lot of that shit. Yeah. Yeah, like that's not where AVGN's skill set is. I wouldn't even say Red Letter Media's skill set is in making films. They're not very good at it. Their films aren't particularly good. Their film commentary is hilarious. And their YouTube videos are very funny. But they are a little different because they started making videos. Or they started making films. And always made films. And then also made YouTube videos. How's Ronan? He's good. He's in his crate. The Wall is basically a movie. Anyway. What have we done today? Mike Malone, Costco freestyles. I guess that's it. Pet Ronan for us. He's sleeping. I could disturb him. Free my boy. He's not in the crate like closed. He just sleeps in it with the door open because he likes it. Oh yeah, the Brett Cooper replacement. I have fresh Mike Malone. Oh wait, yeah, there was another one I was gonna watch actually. And then we'll go to Jank. Yeah, he posted a bunch of, was it channeling Steven Anderson?
Come up out of the dark, let me spark into your heart. I don't mean to be a narc, but I tattletale you're suffering. There's an evil spirit hovering over your mind. Your face looks like Halloween. You're blind. Come up out of
Channeling like Bashar, it's all connected. Any more Bashar posts? What's crazy is the channel that I was getting, dude. I posted about it, but when I downloaded all the videos that I was watching of Bashar, like a day or two later, that whole channel got privated. Every video that we watched on stream and that I downloaded for the video, the Bashar video, is gone. Bashar fucking copyrighted him, I think. Whoever was re-uploading them. And I just barely, I missed a couple of really good bits. I can't even remember. There was a guy who was talking to Bashar about how he used to be addicted to, I think, heroin. And Bashar was like, why do you think you need the heroin? And it's like, because I get really sick when I don't do it. It was very awful. I was going to include that, but I couldn't get it because I couldn't download it because the video got privated. That one was crazy. The dolphin stuff, I missed some of that too. The dolphin thing I didn't touch as much on just because, I couldn't get the videos that I wanted. And I talked about it at the end and I just didn't have a great place to put it. There's so much shit about Bashar. Plus, I could always leave it open to a follow-up. He said you got to be high without the drugs. I'm pretty sure it was that same video. I might have watched it, or I might have most of it on stream, but I don't know. Anyway, dolphin stuff. Yeah, he says the dolphins are like aliens, or there's dolphins on his planet from Earth or something. They were brought there. I don't know. They abducted some dolphins, and you can get the dolphin crystal to talk to dolphins. Anyway, my point is that whole channel, Bashar World, gone. His planet was evaporated. Hit by a giant fucking asteroid. It's crazy. I can't believe that happened, and I'm so glad that I downloaded the stuff that I had that I did, because all that in the video now, in the exclamation point video, if you haven't seen it, the Bashar video is like exclusive footage. You can't find that stuff without paying for his seminars. A second plane has hit Bashar. And I think that's on purpose. I think he doesn't want too much Bashar information out there. Yeah, Pete an exclusive. P, are you planning to grow out the brunette? Yeah, I guess so. I might do something with it once it's longer. Yeah, I'm so glad I downloaded the videos because I almost didn't. But I downloaded them like all at once and like in like a row. And I remember being like, this is kind of annoying, but it's probably better in the long term, and it was. Anyway. Pirated media on your hard drives? I mean, it's from YouTube. Anyway. Let's continue. I want to see the second half of this jank interview. YouTube. How much longer are you growing out your hair? I'd like to grow it a little longer. Down to here or something? I don't know.
That agreed, and meanwhile, Cenk, you have.
I love pirating corporate media. Yeah, from Bashar Communications Incorporated. Let's finish the second half of Cenk defending himself to Francesca Florentini on the Bituation Room podcast. We watched the first half. She's done a great job at grilling him and making him answer the right questions. This thing again, honestly, it's pretty satisfying to watch. I'll say it. There's a Mark Lamont Hill interview that I also might want to watch too.
So much
Who's up janking it? And by it, I mean my peanuts.
disdain for our side. If I say, hey, I believe trans people should play in sports, you have so much disdain. You get so mad. But here you are, and
someone gift up Pitch so they can use the jank emote. Please. Yeah, we got that emote from this video. It is satisfying, but Cenk makes me want to remove my frontal lobe. Yeah. Have you seen the Ziwe interviews? She's got good, funny interviews. Yeah, she's pretty funny. I'm not vegetarian. Thank you for gifting up Pitch. Thank you so much.
And here is what you say.
Constitutional right to housing. Okay, so I hear you. What I got out of that, guys...
I'm just trying to be the interpreter.
Yeah. No, there was a lot of applause and there was some consternation, right? I'll take it. It's a start. It's a start. So, guys, when we can even disagree about what's constitutional, Second Amendment, housing, etc. But just let's treat everyone as Americans. And I say that to the right and I say it to the left.
Sure. But you can't disagree on what's constitutional and then be like, but everyone's the same. Fundamentally, no. That's what he's saying, that they're not.
Okay, so, you know,
Could you define tanky? I keep hearing it. Usually, if like a liberal is calling someone a tanky, they're just like trying to dismiss them and saying like you're too far left. And if someone identifies themselves as a tanky, they're like a Marxist-Leninist or something. But a lot of people don't because it's typically used as a pejorative. And it's used as a pejorative to like dismiss leftist arguments as being too left. It's like on the basis of being too left. That's what it's supposed to connotate, and I think it's a very cowardly term. That's why I don't really use it, because I don't have any use for it. Because I don't punch left. I don't do that kind of stuff. Yeah, tanky is like a big truck with guns. Yeah.
Last time they heard that message, never.
Thank you for, you don't know. I guess thank you, but. You have so much grace for people.
I guess thank you.
Who really were groaning and not on board with what you said.
When did I say I have grace for that?
I mean, no, you said it right there. You said, "Hey, I'll take it," and it was like, "This is what we got to do."
Two-thirds of the room said, "Yay, trans constitutional rights." When's the last time 2/3 of AmFest cheered for constitutional rights?
Why do you not extend the same grace to so-called radical left?
Sorry, he was getting really close to the camera, like he was gonna like keep going.
Extend the same grace to
Jake, no.
So
he comes through the screen at you. 5D vision.
So-called radical leftists.
I'm really glad we're back to this, Franny, because this is important. And we mentioned in the beginning, and I wanted to come back to it.
Attack.
Mm-hmm.
So, having grace for the left, I run the network, and everybody gets to have their own opinion. Everybody gets to fight me. Everybody gets to state their own opinion without any editorial control.
We should watch this in 3D. You used to be able to do that. Does anyone remember you used to be able to turn like 3D on YouTube videos and put 3D glasses on? I never had glasses to do it, but you could do it.
But you do go ballistic on them like you went ballistic on me earlier.
Yeah.
You do get, and you you always say, "You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong."
Obama or a glorp?
Obama.
You're wrong. She's right. He does do this.
Yeah.
You want me to do that? I can do it. You're wrong. You're an idiot. You're wrong. We can do it. We know what you do when you disagree. It's not. It's not. I'll take it.
Hold on. This is super important for the audience to know. So we fight, right? when we disagree, I say you're wrong, you say I'm wrong.
Very
but
rarely.
Is there any consequences afterwards? Do I then threaten your job? Do I take people off the air?
I mean, I barely have a job with y'all, but look, first of all, we rarely ever, back to what I'm saying, Jank.
Got him.
Who's your main co-host?
Anna, on the Young Turks.
When
but
you
know
say
that there's like over 24 Young Turks contributors and hosts.
I know. I understand that.
So, okay, but
I'm
Franny,
trying to tell you that there is in fact, Jank, let's just be real. We said this privately. I'll say it publicly now. About a year ago, around the time of the trans stuff, and the trans sports stuff, you said to me, hey, Francesca, just so you know, and I don't think it's not a secret, but you didn't tell the audience, but it was like, hey, just so you know, like TYT main show is kind of like mainstream progressives. Like that's sort of what we want to be. And, we're more mainstream, just so you know, we're like moderate progressives kind of thing. And I was like, okay. And then I said to you, why don't we have a debate? Like, why don't you bring John and I on? We debate, you and Anna. We could talk about trans issues. We could talk about, crime. We could talk about all the things that always, get under our skirts. Like, we could talk about that stuff. And that was like, you didn't seem that very excited about that.
Franny, that is a crazy standard. So first of all,
no, I'm just being honest. To say, we've never had that space.
Can I answer? Okay.
Are you mad someone's talking too much? Is Cenk Huger mad someone else is talking too much?
Crazy.
So when do I get animated? When people cut me off. That's what drives me crazy. Okay. So now, the thing that you just said.
And he never does that.
That was our private conversation. I literally said at the very beginning of this broadcast. Okay. So I said populist establishment is one spectrum, and we're on the extreme end of populism. Left-right spectrum is different, and we're not on the extreme of the left. I said we're kind of in the middle, not the moderate BS that the mainstream media does, right? Oh, Joe Manchin is moderate. No, he's not. Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell are moderate. No, they're not. They're radical corporatists, okay? They've perverted the word, okay? So, but am I in the center of the left? Yes, I'm in the center of the left, and so is Anna. So, people catch feelings over that, but the polling shows it, elections show it, everything shows we're in the center of the left. And I'm proud to be.
How does polling show that TYT is the center
I
of the
had an
left?
happy 5 months. In
does that
trim
mean?
to draw you what color are your eye?
Binky Fish, thank you for the 5 months. I've been trying to draw you what color your eyes. Green.
I don't want to be on the far left.
Emerald
I don't
eyes,
think-
But I
Ireland.
don't block anyone from being on the far left. And we've had thousands of conversations. And the reason why I'm saying your standard is unfair is you're saying you and John were not involved in those debates. But I've had those debates on air, and I'll have more. I don't care. I'm not shy about it at all. Do I look shy about debating or discussing? So if you want to have another one on the Young Turks, me and you at the 5 o'clock hour or whatever it might be, because 3 to 5. So I'm saying Pacific time. Everybody knows.
Oh my God, he's doing an ad. I just think that he says he's willing to debate, but he's not willing to listen, and that's part of the problem. He just wants to defend his position, and his position's not really defensible. It's just not. And he just does appeal to authority over and over again by being like, well, the polls say that we're the middle of the left, so everyone agrees with us. Crispy Seabass, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. Or appeal to consensus, not appeal to authority. He's just like, everyone agrees with us, actually. Because we're the middle of the left. Which is, none of this makes sense. He talks about it like people agree with him on specific issues, but it depends on how the issues are phrased and framed. And the polls that he brings up aren't, super reliable. It doesn't make the point that he thinks he's making.
Monday through Friday,
Uncas the
6 to 8
debate, bro,
p.m.
yeah.
Eastern, we do the show. And that's a news show. So we go through the news items, right? But now sometimes what we're doing is at 5 o'clock, we're having guests on for longer conversations. So if more progressives that are on the just as populist as us or somewhere else on the populist spectrum, but to the left of us on that spectrum want to come on, great. I believe in my opinions 100%. I'm here to defend it. That's why I'm on this show. So, but what gets me animated is when others say, no, Cenk, You are not allowed to have that opinion. I give everybody the space to have their own opinion, and I run the network. But Jake, even though you run the network, even if you didn't run the network, you're not allowed to have that opinion because that opinion aids and abets racist, sexist.
Well, okay, transphobia does aid and abet racists and sexists. That is straight up true and undeniably so. But yeah, I mean, he can just be wrong. What if he's just wrong and everyone's telling him he's wrong because he is wrong? He's like, everyone's telling me I'm wrong because they're saying I'm not allowed to have this take. And it's like, no, dude, you're allowed. It's just you're gonna get people yelling at you because it's wrong. The sky is red. The sky is red. Everyone's yelling at me because they don't think the sky is red too. Well, all my polling data says that people don't think the sky is green, so everyone agrees with me. I'm actually in the middle on this issue.
Whatever
I'm actually moderate.
Excuse we're using, but you're not allowed to have it. That's an immoral opinion, and you're not. And I do not agree to that.
I've been an example for the last hour of trying to hear you out on your opinion on all of this, and I feel like I've gotten, when the converse happens and I explain that I think that there's a fine line between being anti-establishment and fascistic. There is a fine line between being populist and pro-authoritarian. That so many throughout history, authoritarians, Mussolini, have been massive populists. They were loved and liked so long as certain groups of people weren't included in that populism. And I think there's a better way to do populism. And so
okay, you tell me, Franny, what's your genius idea for how to win the voters back without ever talking to them?
Well, here's my genius idea. Let's just say...
Why are you talking to Republican voters? You don't need to talk to the guys at the fucking Turning Point USA or whatever, CPAC or wherever you went. Those aren't the people you need to turn.
Just imagine you had
Charlie Kirk
the biggest YouTube channel for, progressive media. Just imagine you had that. And you had a massive failure in the Democratic establishment. Kamala Harris gets her ass handed to her. Biden didn't drop out. And people are scrambling. They're running like, rats off a sinking ship from MSNBC, from Pod Save America, and all these Beltway bros that lied to them about the Democratic Party having this in the bag, knowing what they were doing, that never talked about capitalism, that never talked about corporate donors, that never talked about any of that stuff. And I would love, if I had a network, to...
I got fired from my job because my manager's a prick who gets hammered at work and forgot he sent me home early and then got pissed and fired me. That doesn't sound like a rightful firing. It sounds like you have a decent legal complaint on your hands, Chatter. But I get that that's stressful. I'm sorry.
Be the place where people from the center left or liberals, the wicked liberals, to come over and say, hey, let's think systematically about this. Let's think long-term about this. Let's think about political revolution. Let's think about getting serious about the 99% against the 1%. That's what I would do.
That's exactly what I'm doing. So you're welcome. I explained exactly how hold on, let me answer.
I don't see you doing that.
No, you're wrong. Again, you're wrong. So I explained how Pod Save America and The View and Morning Joe were so full of crap, pretending that they knew all along that Joe Biden was had trouble. Then why didn't you say it, you liars? Why did you protect him all along? I ran against Joe Biden. I did a petition against Joe Biden. I said we should do an open primary. My number one motivating factor is to find a populist left figure that wins that 2028 primary. That is the most important thing in the world. And now you've got me scared, Franny, that all of a sudden, like, if the far left peels off and and goes and agrees with the establishment and votes with them, I will lose my freaking mind.
What does it even mean, votes with the establishment? Nobody voted for Kamala Harris. The far left did not vote for Kamala Harris. That's not what happened. Jank's word to breath ratio is so high. Yeah, he gets so upset. Sorry, somebody asked, why did you change your gender? It's a great question. It's so good, I don't even like. This is a genuine chatter. This is Pepe. They are genuine. They do just want to know. I changed my gender because I got bored. Yeah, I did it for the Vine. It's hard to answer this question, Pepe. For the lulz, yeah. You could just assume that about anybody. You know? I think I did it because of Nunya. Ever heard of it? Nunya? Wow. Yeah. The thing is, it's hard to answer the question because it's not phrased correctly. I've never changed a thing about me apart from accepting myself. That's how I put it.
It will be the greatest betrayal of this movement that I have ever seen. So
why are you a woman? Again, hard to answer. Why? I think Shatter is a child. Yeah, they are a high schooler. A woman is me. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. I'm not a woman. A woman is me.
I am massively against
I don't think you consider
anyone on the left should be massively against the establishment. So what you're using is fear of the right-wing populism going south on us, which is a real fear, which I'm trying to guard against. To say, like, to now all of a sudden, like, well, maybe the establishment's not so bad. No, the establishment's horrible. It's horrible. I'm not going back in that prison. I'd rather be in the populous woods with real human beings fighting and battling and trying to get to the right answer and the right coalitions than to be in an establishment prison where we're now locked up by Mitch McConnell and goddamn Dick Cheney and Joe Biden and Pelosi.
Dude, this argument that Cenk is making is only harder to make over time. Mitch McConnell, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, who else did he say? Dick Cheney? Dick Cheney's not even in power. Joe Biden has less than 5 years left on this planet. Same with Nancy Pelosi. She's even older than Joe Biden. These aren't people that are going to last very much longer. And when they go, who is Cenk going to be fighting against? Other than leftists. The right is the establishment because the right has all the power, and he just named a bunch of Democrats that have been in power, don't get me wrong, other than Mitch McConnell and Dick Cheney. He's naming people that have been in power, but have been in power doing all the wrong things. And just because he's against them doesn't mean he's like, I don't know, that doesn't make you a populist. Type in the chat. Oops.
And we're marched back into let it continue the robbery. Thank you, sir.
Jake is almost 60. It's crazy he has this much energy. Yeah. He does yell a lot for a man his age. It does worry me sometimes. Be sad to see him go. It's too early. He's a dumbass, but he doesn't deserve that.
For the robbery, we appreciate your
and the right's
robbery.
not robbing people.
So-
the right doesn't rob people.
He needs to smoke some weed.
No, but hey, look at that, Franny. Look at what you're saying. I just said 200 times in this interview that Trump's a fake populist and there's going to be a huge
concretely,
robbery.
I don't know
And then
who
you
you're
then
talking
turn
about.
around and say,
Concretely,
so you think the right's not
no,
going to
no,
do
no,
a
no,
robbery?
no.
Why are you
I'm just
saying
like
that?
let me just say how I see it. Just you've explained how you see it. So here's I've been covering Trump
Old
since
men can yell, age means nothing. It's more like he's doing a lot of moves.
2016.
He's
We
like a
covered his
fucking
rise. One of the
Virtua Fighter character.
big videos we did, and AJ Plus was like, why do people like Trump, right? And everyone was like, oh no, we have to talk about why people like Trump. And it's so obvious. The outsider tells it like it is, very direct, you know, not afraid to upset, you know, the normal establishment order of like, you gotta.
Didn't Trump call Joe Biden Genocide Joe at one point? Or did they at least like chant it at a rally? Yeah, I'm right.
Genocide Joe! Genocide
Called it. They're not wrong. Honestly, shit like this, more than him getting shot, is why he won. Shit like this. But they like Israel? Yes. They just hate Joe Biden, so it doesn't matter. It's a good slogan for them.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
But this is how he can pose as a fake populist. It's dark because he doesn't believe it. It's dark because he's manipulating people.
He's done everything wrong. Think he is our big...
Yeah, that's all he has to say. He's done everything wrong. I would fix it. I would do it better. That's all his fucking campaign was.
Gotta be a politician. You gotta be this. Of course, there's a million. He's kind of funny. There's a million reasons.
Populist language, fascist action. See Germany in the 1930s for more information.
And you know, right. And there's a million reasons why people like him. And yet, obviously, there is a massive danger. My brain just made the biggest fart noise on me, and I do not remember exactly what I was saying. But
that's okay. So you remember
no. Yeah. You're right. You say something.
You see Germany right now for more info. True.
So Franny, look, it's when I talk about people attacking us, I want to be clear about this because it's really. Yeah.
Okay, wait. You say that really quickly. Yeah, I remembered. My analysis has always been Donald Trump is a great brand master as an outsider, but he's a Trojan horse. That at the end of the day, even though Mitch McConnell, says his bullshit and whatever, of course he wants all the same things that Donald Trump wants. Trump is a brilliant Trojan horse for, yes, the establishment right. Look.
Yeah, true. For just billionaires that want to uphold the establishment. Just a more technocratic version of it. Pepe's learning in the chat. There's a lot of resources, Pepe, and for anyone else who wants to know about the trans experience, many people have spoken on it and written about it. It's not always the easiest thing for your average trans person to get into on a moment's notice, which is why it's an overwhelming question. Identity is a tricky thing that evolves a lot over time. Yeah, Google transgender.
Look at all the neocons he's appointed. I made a joke like, oh, all the cabinet positions are going to be, and yeah, you got a random Kash Patel and whomever, but they're going to be the people commenting in it.
I only ever see stuff that says the opposite of what the chat here says, so I guess it can be hard to find. I mean, it depends on how you look for it. You should look for information by trans people, not by cis people trying to diagnose trans people. Barry Bear, thank you for the gifted sub. No ads for Pepe. You should listen to people who have that experience, Escape Reddit and X.com.
On his Truth Social, it's like, nah, he's picking Huckabee.
Yeah, also local library, true. There's a lot of, that's what I mean. Yeah, there's a lot of, writing. My Slowy saw my friend turn into a potato, but I ate him because I can't waste food? Okay, Chatter, I have no idea what you mean. As a trans dude, I totally get you. You shouldn't be pressured to talk about your experience. Just keep being you. It's not that I felt pressured. It's just too much to get into. I'm not stopping everything I'm doing to talk about me. I'm not good at that anyway.
Picking Marco Rubio. He's got Elise Stefanik.
I also did just make a video about it.
These people we're going to be at war with Iran within a couple years. I have no doubts about that. So I truly, unless again, his actual base is no, including us, I just feel like
Google searches are rife with bias on stolen personal data. That's true. That's why Google sucks so bad now.
Is that not clear? I thought we were all clear that Trump was literally just a Trojan horse for establishment politics. It's as if Bernie Sanders said all the things and all the right things, but when got into office, Nancy Pelosi's behind the curtain pulling the levers. Wasn't that just understood that that's who he was?
So no, it's more complicated than that. I agree with everything you said about Trump and why he got to be popular. He ran as anti-establishment,
Right.
as a fake populist, right?
Right.
And so that's what worked really well. Wouldn't it be amazing if we had a real populist on the left and ran on populist left? So I hope to God we all agree to that in the 2028 primaries. So in terms of the part that I don't quite agree on the Trojan horse, you're right. That's all he's done so far. In the first term, he had 4 freaking years, and his number one and almost only accomplishment was corporate tax cuts. Massive, massive corporate tax cuts. And in fact, on the Young Turks, back then I said, watch, the establishment's going to leave him the minute those tax cuts pass. I even named a name. I said Gary Cohn, his national economic advisor. Okay, he's going to leave right after the corporate tax cuts pass, because that was the
All right, man, I get it. You made a prediction in 2017. Thank you.
Trojan horse part. So you're right about that, right? But Trump is uncontrollable. So that's why that's why the Mitch McConnell and the establishment fights against Trump during the primaries. They didn't want him because they want people that can be controlled. Trump is uncontrollable both in terrible ways and maybe potentially ways that could be positive, and that is
every trans person will experience their gender differently, so it might be difficult to understand some of the concepts they talk about when you haven't done consideration of your own gender. But then again, I'm not cis, so I'm not really the person to ask about the cis perspective. Yeah, and at the same time, like, dysphoria is different for everybody, but it also has like qualities that are very common. I wouldn't say universal, but like qualities that are common, and then there are like almost universal ways that people cope with it, right? Because there's only so many options that you have in like society, especially when you're still closeted. So like speaking on dysphoria and feelings of discomfort and feelings of being out of place and stuff like that, that's really easy, I think, for any trans person to speak on. But specifically, like, why are you the way you are? Like, why you chose the way you did. It's not, for me, being a woman is not like something I chose out of a stack of genders. It was a process of elimination because I don't feel like I'm anything else. You know what I mean? It's not, it wasn't something that I went for. It's something that came to me after doing self-discovery, after realizing that I wasn't who I was told that I was, or, you know, thought that I was for the longest. That's my point. You are big, cool. Thank you.
Why the establishment is scared to death of him. Is because they're like, well, what if he does things that are populist?
And don't let anyone say this community isn't open-minded, because we do try to educate people. So when you felt like you weren't a man or a woman, that was just your perception on your identity at the time until it and your view on yourself evolved. Yes. Yeah. Because you don't choose when you're a child either. You're told you're something. And you either accept that or you struggle with it. And sometimes you don't even know when you're struggling with it. It feels like something else. It feels like depression. It feels like anxiety. It feels like social anxiety. It feels like fear of the future. It feels like a million things. That's why it's so hard to deal with. You don't really feel different than before, but one day maybe it just makes sense why you felt so uncomfortable all the time, and it doesn't have to stay that way. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And why it's hard to describe experience-wise, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. Because it is about like self and identity and abstract internal things that aren't even well defined in society. You know, things that we don't even have a lot of language for, or at least aren't raised with language for the most part. I chose to be an earthling. Yeah, you chose to create the reality that you exist in at all times. Yeah, that's why people refer to being closeted as being an egg. Because it feels like you are, you know, you hatch into something else later on. People compare it to being a butterfly. People compare it to a lot of things because it is like, it's a process that you change through. Kind of related to the identity talk, here's a link to the poem describing the trans experience in 1322. Translates from Hebrew, kind of a cool piece of trans history. Prayer for transformation. Woe to me, my mother, that you ever bore a son. What a great loss and no gain. I was created close-eyed and hard-hearted. Uncircumcised of heart and flesh was I born. At 3 days they cut my umbilical cord, and at 8 days my foreskin. However, my ears, heart, and mind remained uncircumcised and were not ready to join Hashem's covenant. They didn't take off their disgrace or remove it from their being. Their foreskin remains as a blemish. For a lie they guarded hitherward, and for nothing they labored, that from the day they were brought into the world that is all darkness, they were not circumcised. Cursed be the one who announced to my father, it is a boy. He will be intelligent and superior to a prophet. The holy work will be his, as with Yishmael ben Pavia. This is a pun. There's a lot of very deep lore that I'm missing here. Upon the mountains of spice he will run like the gazelle and the deer. He will not be defiled from the start by the filth idols of his people. He will... Oh, this is really long. Blessed you are, God, who has not made me a woman. Still a cool part of trans history. This is something from the 1300s that exists as a document of gender dysphoria and the way it was internalized by this author, this poet. I think that's nice, even if it's very long.
In the right direction. No.
Thank you for sharing that, chatter. It just goes to show that trans people and gender dysphoria has existed since the beginning of people. It's not unique to modern society at all. I was reading a book about the rabbinical history of trans and intersex people and the complex interpretations of them throughout the gender essentialist ideas that were maintained at the time. Yeah. There was a lot of gender essentialism throughout early human history, and yeah, some of the only documentation of that is through rabbinical history and Jewish text. I always spam the link to transgender history. Yeah, and transgender has been, the idea of transgender is interpreted differently by different cultures over time. There's things like two-spirit, third gender, non-binary in different forms. There's a lot of different examples because human beings are not binary. They're far from it. They come in every kind of variation imaginable.
No, right? Now he hasn't yet, right? So and the policy that you just mentioned, Franny,
there's more intersex people than redheads, more intersex people than Jewish people as well.
One where the rubber hits the road.
Everyone is non-binary.
I am so curious what's going to happen. So Israel has absolute power at this point, and they're drunk on power because they believe Trump is going to give them everything that they want. And in the beginning, he definitely will. That's why he nominated Team Miriam, as I explained earlier. Stefanik,
Kate,
Rubio,
thank you for the gifted sub, by the way. Thinking about it that way helps because I know that most aspects of my personality are fluid and not binary at all, so I get why it would be similar with gender. Yeah. And I think, it can be dysphoric for people to feel like they're locked into one way of being for their whole lives, which is what triggers a lot of people to start questioning their gender, right? I talk about that in my video a little bit. It's like the expectations of society. Like, you are expected to be a certain way. Depending on your gender you're presented as, you have expectations in society. I got like a really funny comment that was like, no one expects you to do anything, and it's like, no, they do though. It's not doing or not doing certain things. It's behaviors, it's dress, it's presentation, it's speech, it's position in society. You're really acting like men and women are totally the same and there's no difference ever. People don't view men and women as different. That's what you're telling me? New gender ideology, 0 genders, 2 sexes. Chat, this is a reference. It made me feel so happy when I learned my indigenous culture had their own words for trans people. That's cool. Been reading this book called Word Slut, and it mentions something, and something it mentions is this people had a high rate of people who would be born and grow up their entire lives as the gender of woman until puberty. they would subtly develop male secondary characteristics instead and live their lives as male. It would totally accept and just see it as third gender, the same as men in society. Yeah. In the Bashar video, you talked about how people came to Bashar feeling lost, wanting escapism and answers. I'm disabled. I have a lot of problems. This happens because there's nowhere for us to go. We have disabled communities, but it's not accessible to everyone, especially older people. Disabled people are really abandoned in society. Yeah, disabled and mentally ill people too. I don't mean, yeah, I say that with total sympathy about the Bashar folk. That's why I hate Daryl, Anka, and Bashar so much, because they exploit these people, and they exploit that need that they have for money. You know, if he was just giving good advice, it would be fine, but he's giving bad advice and then telling them the aliens are real.
Etc. Right? And so those guys will be our neocons. They will push for us to fund Israel's wars from here to eternity.
Yeah, you don't think, okay, whatever Trump wants, his supporters fall in line. It doesn't matter. Trump is going to fund Israel on January 21st. As soon as he takes office, he's going to give Israel $5 billion or something. And then every conservative is going to be like, what? What up? And then they'll forget. You think they care now? It's just so naive to act like all of a sudden these Republicans that voted for Trump are actually anti-establishment, and they can't just do mental gymnastics to imagine that Trump is actually anti-establishment, even if he does the exact same things as Joe Biden, which he, for the most part, will when it comes to foreign policy.
I am wrong, then there'll never be any pushback from the right-wing populists, the MAGA base, and they'll be like, oh, send all of our money to Israel, start more wars. Maybe we should fight the wars for Israel. And then I'll come on your show and go on the outro and say,
I'm going to manifest your autism returning. So, canceled.
Guys, I was wrong. No, it turns out the right-wing populists, they weren't anti-war. They were just cultists, right?
It's a gift.
Or, I'll be right, and some portion of that base will go, no. We're sick of funding Israel's
I'm going to manifest it returning to 2 versus 1 easy win. Double autism.
Not that they care about Muslims. I mean, Tucker's a good example of it. He turned on the Iraq war a year into the war, and he explained on a radio show. He's like, because they're these Iraqi Arab Muslims are monkeys, and I don't care about them. Yeah. So he doesn't do it with good intent or anything positive in his heart. But they genuinely want to get the hell out of wars, right?
Yes.
So if I'm right, when Trump pushes too far on Israel, they're going to push back. And so that's a great mystery.
I wanted
to with our own eyes.
Yes. And I want to say, for the record, I'm not against, here's what I'm not against. Bringing those people into the fold of a broad progressive coalition that includes everyone. So, and does, however.
I mean, I feel like what's going to happen is Trump is going to fund Ukraine just slightly less than Joe Biden did. And every Trump supporter that's like anti-Ukraine war is then going to justify it, not by acknowledging their entire history of rallying against the Ukraine war. They're going to drop that immediately. And then they're going to be like, well, see, this actually proves that liberals were lying about Trump being pro-Putin. Trump can't be pro-Putin because he's pro-Ukraine, and that's based. So liberals were lying again, Russia hoax, and then they'll cover that for a while. That's what I think.
If those folks are also like, yeah, because there's already too many Muslims here, right, guys? That's something that I have a line around. But that's not to say, especially if it's some random uninformed voter who's just like racist by, just sort of not genetically, but like their dad was a racist, so they are a little bit, whatever.
Genetically, that's so
those people. Yeah. Those people can be worked on. I do think for me, this is what a broad coalition looks like, but there are lines, and that line.
I bet Trump will straight up surrender to Russia, and righties will call him anti-war. No, I don't see that happening. I mean, if he fully surrendered to Russia, I don't know. I guess it's possible. I just think he would view it as like a waste of money. Like, we put all this money in, we gotta get our investment out by at least having a little bit of Ukraine still. And then he'll fund the shit out of that.
And for me is respecting human rights and civil rights.
You're gonna build a wall in the middle of Kyiv like Berlin.
Rights of your fellow Americans, which I think you're trying to get to. But I do want to ask, we all hate Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough, but like in practice, is what you're doing that different from, like, if you were to get invited to Mar-a-Lago, Jank, wouldn't you go?
Oh, I would definitely go.
Ugh.
And so, okay.
So you think you can like talk Trump out of being the way he is?
So
to open lines of discussion.
Yeah, so good question. So let me address it. So Mika and Joe were very clear. They said we went down there because we're scared, and they wanted to court power and get access again.
So he would do the exact same thing, but in a different way. That's actually good.
To me, what is that about? That's about their ego. That's about their career. That's about their money, etc. For me, why would I go to Mar-a-Lago? Well, I'm not going to ask for any money. I never do. I don't. That's not what I do. And I don't care about their positions. I don't want to be in the Trump administration. I don't.
Yeah, but you would still get legitimacy from meeting the fucking president. What? That's still about your money and your brand and your ego.
What do I care about? I care about policy. Man. I believe that if I'm in a room with Trump, I can convince him on at least one policy.
Stop. That's crazy.
Okay. And I know no one believes that, but just put me in a room with him. Okay. And I'm not going to walk out of and if he says no to the policy, right, then I'm gone. And I gave it my best shot and it didn't work. Okay. But at least I tried.
He's out.
At least I tried really hard to move that.
You tried debating Donald Trump, Donald John President.
Ship in the right direction. Remember, Trump likes to be popular. So that is a place where you could show him, hey, look at these populist positions.
Yeah, you think he wants to legalize marijuana because it's popular? You think he wants to do that? No, go ahead. That would be really popular, genuinely. It would be an incredibly popular thing for him to do. Do you think he'll do it? No! Fuck is wrong with you? Of course not. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's something that he's like considering doing. Closing Guantanamo Bay, also very popular. It's why Obama won. A huge part of why was that kind of language. The anti-establishment language. Are we not smarter than this? It's understandable to fall for it when it's like someone who genuinely poses as a progressive, who's a Democrat from Illinois, and says, war is bad. Versus Donald Trump, a fucking billionaire. He said war is bad a couple of times, and you're like, well, I got my foot in the door. It's like, no, you don't, man. Even less so than Obama. It's crazy.
Populist positions, which are overwhelmingly popular. Do that. So a good example is cut the Pentagon instead of cutting Medicare.
I've literally described how this is a crazy thing to do. To try to convince Trump to cut the Pentagon, he said we have to rebuild the military. That's a campaign promise. In 2020, he was like, we need to rebuild the military. We ran out of bullets. Sir, we're out of bullets. We're out of bullets. We don't have any more. That's what he would say. He'd be going around being like, my generals, they're telling me, sir, we're out of bullets. We don't have any bullets for our planes. Here, look. We're out of bullets. Yeah, when I came in, we had no bullets. We had no ammunition. And then he said we ran out again. After that, he was like, when I came in, we had no ammunition. Now we need ammunition. He's just going to do this again. We have no bullets. Yeah, the bullets are woke now. He put a psychotic warmonger that literally said before he wants to bomb the shit out of North Korea up for Department of Defense. Yeah, dude. He put Pete Hegseth up for Department of Defense, a guy with a Deus Volt tattoo. Like, come on.
Right?
So what do you think the probability?
Yeah, we gave all our bullets to Israel.
I want to ask you a question. What do you think, under Doge, what is the probability that the Pentagon is cut versus
Zero.
what every single Republican ultimately
They don't
wants, and
want
that's
to
why
do
this
that.
guy is their Trojan horse, cutting Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Like, what's the probability they actually cut the Pentagon instead? I'm giving it a 4% chance
Yeah,
on
you cut the
polymer.
Pentagon in half, you get a quadrilateral or a trapezoid, right? 2 trapezoids. The guy's tattoo is so bad he isn't allowed at the inauguration. Yeah, they think he's a terrorist threat.
Market.
We should do a bet on there.
No.
Let's do a bet.
Let's not do a poly
So
market bet.
no, I've got it at 20%. So not very high, but higher than what you got it.
Bless
at.
you.
20% that they cut the Pentagon. So 80% that they won't. But now there's a fighter's
80%
chance.
that
A
they
fighter's
won't.
chance that they do.
In
What is the chance
Yeah, if you can talk to Trump, which is there's no chance that would ever happen anyway.
that they
Saying,
try
like,
to
they'd
cut
rather-
Medicare or Social? Hold
Yeah.
on. What is the chance that they try to cut Medicare or Social Security? 60%. So that's still much more likely, right?
Yes.
And I've started to see
70,
and by the
80%.
way, here's another reason to communicate. I now am seeing right-wing hosts talking about cutting Social Security. So they're coming for Social Security. I see them talking about arresting 2 people. So they, the 2 that they're most obsessed with, Fauci and Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
So that's real, and we got to stop that. I hate Liz Cheney, but you don't arrest her because you don't like her. That's not a thing. And in fact, I had a huge
We should arrest her for being the CEO of Halliburton during the Iraq War. Taking the contracts directly from Dick Cheney, her father, who was vice president at the time, and constructing the invasion of Iraq.